next level, can't touch me. Stacking wins, all they do is zoom from me. Yeah, talk all you want, I don't hear that. Money, power, respect, that's a fact. I'm on the next level, can't touch me. Stacking wins, all they do is zoom from me. Yeah, talk all you want, I don't hear that. Money, power, respect, that's a fact. Came from the trenches, made it look easy. Haters talk loud, but they never see me. Big moves, silent, keep the streets bleeding. Every check heavy, every clip feeding. Fake friends, faux snakes in disguise. I move calculated, I don't compromise. 10 toes down, yeah, I strategize. Now the city know they can't deny. Every loss flip, now it's profit. Big bank roll, they can't top it. Energy toxic, I just rock it. If they step wrong, better watch it. I don't chase fame, I create lanes. Turn struggles to bars, turn pressure to gains. Whole block watching when I make plays. Next level living, that's my way. I'm on that next level, can't touch me. Stacking wins, all they do is room from me. Yeah, talk all you want, I don't hear that. Money, power, respect, that's a fact. I'm on that next level, can't touch me. Stacking wins, all they do is run from me. Yeah, talk all you want, I don't hear that. Money, power, respect, that's a fact. Yeah, they see the drip, can't deny the flex. Every move calculated, no contest. I've been through storms, I'm the apex. Take the ground silent, no threat. If you step, I step harder. Energy lethal, yeah, no border. Built from the mud, now I'm chartered. Every bar fight, you get slaughtered. Keep the circle tight, fake can't ride. All my people solid, never slide. Stack it up tall, multiply. Next level mindset can't divide. I don't fold, I don't bend. Fake love, I transcend. Money tall, no win. Next level, I ascend. On the next. try to weigh me down. It didn't stick. I came in quiet, now the room too loud. Used to walk with my head down, now I move like a crowd. Built from pressure, I don't crack, I expand. Every you can, just made the plan in my hands. I was broken in mind, had to rewrite the code. Turn pain into fuel, now I'm heavy with load. They taught limits, I don't hear that sound. I've been levitating while they stuck in the ground. No handouts, I built every step. Every scar on my skin is a debt I've repaid. Now I'm locked in, no fear in my chest. If I fall, I just rise with the rest. Woo! Gravity don't work on me, I'm gone. I've been rising through the dirt too long. No chains, no weight, I break through walls. If I fall, I don't fall at all. Gravity don't work on me, I'm up. Too much grind, I don't ever stop. They try to hold me down, but I shake that dust. I don't land no more, I just rise above. Every doubt that they threw, I flipped it to gold. Every cold shoulder made my story unfold. I ain't lucky, I'm built from the grind. Every second I lost made me sharper in time. They see highlight reels, don't see the fight. Don't see nights where I turned off light. Talk big dreams, but I live that grind. Now I've been reality, line by line. I don't chase approval, I chase that flame. I don't need validation to say my name. If the world push back, I push through more. I've been knocking down every locked door. Gravity don't work on me, I'm gone. I've been rising through the dirt too long. No chains, no weight, I break through walls. If I fall, I don't fall at all. Gravity don't work on me, I'm up. Too much grind, I don't ever stop. They try to hold me down, but I shake that dust. I don't land no more, I just rise above. I don't fall, I elevate. I got bloodshot eyes and a fractured mind. Every scar I hide keeps me up at night. Hear the voices crawl beneath my skin. Like a war I fight but never win. Broken mirrors on a bedroom floor. I don't know who I am anymore. Everybody says I'll be alright, but they disappear when I lose the fight. I'm drowning in the silence, screaming at the walls. I'm trying to hold together while everything dissolves. So set me on.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Let's have all drivers park in the tent area, please. All drivers park in the tented area. Thank you. What's up out there in Drift Land, Drift fam? This is Lost Boy Drift, and this is Just Drift Championship Round 2 ATL coming to you for your 4th of July weekend. Ready to start all the fireworks here for you in CarX Drift Racing Online. I am joined here with the Gundam himself, Wing Zero. Say what's up to the Drift fam, Wing.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Hope you're having a great holiday weekend, and it's gonna have a good show today.
Oh, yes, we are. So we're going to get into the action real quick here. This is the second round of the season. This is seeding. So these drivers looking to push to get into tomorrow's main event, where they will go up against our current season's top ranked 16 drivers. So after a very interesting Long Beach, we're going to be here in Atlanta kicking it off for you. Happy 4th of July for those who are in the US of A, and happy Saturday to everyone else around the world watching, and to our other drivers here. Gonna pay the bills real quick. I want to give a shout out to you, Leaders HQ. Leaders HQ, no matter if you're the leader of a club, team, or series, look up Leaders HQ. You can request to join them there. They have the best 411 and what's going on among series leaders and going on in the community. So Leaders HQ, make sure you look them up. Velocity Hub organizes some events here and there. They also create tracks and other cool ideas within the Car Extra Racing Online world. So make sure you look up Velocity Hub for any of your creations. Redline Drift Series. Redline Drift Series is more grassroots oriented. You know, you learn how to drift, trying to perfect those skills. Or if you're already a very skilled drifter, it's very good to get into Redline Drift Series. It's also one of the ways to get licensed to come and drive in Just Drift Championship Series as well. So they usually are going on during our off season. Make sure you check out Redline Drift Series. Frost Studios. So some of the music that you're going to be hearing, majority of music that you're hearing, you know, keeping the jams, keeping the vibes for us during our event is produced by Frost Studios. So you be sure to look them up as well. You can get some maybe music created for yourself. Maybe do some collabs, you know, DJ. Of course, want to give a shout out to G-Frick Creations, doing building a lot of our tracks. One of the more well-known and one of the top mod creators, track creators, track modification people for Car Extra Racing Online, as well as some other games as well. So make sure to hit up G-Frick, and you know, you got you some cool idea. You want to do a corkscrew upside down drift thingy, whatever you think of. Make sure you book G-Frick and you probably get that built for you. And on the ones and twos this evening for the weekend is, of course, Hunter Productions. Hunter Productions, giving you all that you see here during our stream for us, Hunter Productions, and be sure to check him out in our partner section. Last but not least, we are inside of the Car Extra Racing Online world. No matter if you're on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, or mobile, download Car Extra Racing Online. Come in, join in on the fun, whether you're a competitive driver or just sliding around with the boys. And with that said, the time for talk is over, and now it is just drift. This is round 2 of JDCS Atlanta. First up, we're going to call Derv and Telepusic. Derv and Telepusic to the burnout box and to the line when ready. We will have Derv in the lead, Telepusic in the chase. We did have some last minute changes. Some drivers may not be available. If they're not, we're just going to push through for you and get straight into the action, because we know that you want to enjoy those fireworks as well as our own. We got Derv on the line. Time is ticking for Telepusic. Telepusic going once. We talked to him yesterday. Telepusic going twice. And it is sold to Derv the man. Derv is on the line. He is ready to rock. Driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go. First run. There will be a 4-light count. First run of the evening. We got Derv and his R32 coming across that first inner clip, trying to conquer Atlanta. Nice, perfectly on that second clip, going up into zone 1. That tricky horseshoe run. The line is Derv. Put on the angle across that inner clip in the horseshoe. Look at the angle that he's putting on as he's leaving there. Smoke hurling off the back of that 32. It sounds amazing. And a switch back across the finish line. Full pull by Derv. That was a great example of a run. Next up.
Yes, sir. If we have to look forward to that, I think we're going to have some great battles coming up.
Oh, yeah. And just want to remind drivers, it is a 4-light count. It's a 4-light count. And then also make sure to not teleport, because the cameras will go bonkers. All right. Next up is going to be Kelton versus Champ. Kelton versus Champ to the burnout box and to the line already. Kelton versus Champ. Kelton versus Champ. All right. All right. Let's go. Mig versus Concave. MiG versus Concave. The burnout box and to the line when ready. MiG versus Concave. We'll have MiG in the lead with Concave in the chase. MiG versus Concave.
It seems like we're missing a cave.
we're missing a Concave. All right. So he's look like he's testing it there. We do have MiG on the line. MiG's on the line. Concave going once. Concave going twice. And it's a happy 4th of July for MiG. MiG is on the line. Driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go. MiG in that AMG GT. Very interesting build there he has. I think we saw an example of that in on Drift Masters actually too. Look at that as he flies up that hill. MiG throwing on the angle, massaging it on the line there as he goes in to the horseshoe, throwing that angle there. Wow, Big Wang gang letting it hang. MiG showing us how it's done as he goes across that last clip, holding the angle and up the hill. My goodness, I can't wait to see that thing in battle. That's going to be nasty.
Yeah, it seems like there's a few of those cars being built in real life now. We have Daigo Saito, who's been building one, and there's apparently one in the China series, the Royal Drift series, where there's already one competing. So seems like this Mercedes chassis is steadily starting to get popular. Who knows? Might be seeing some more on the grid soon.
Very interesting here. Moving right along, we're gonna have Dixie versus J-Star. Dixie, J-Star. To the burnout box and to the line when ready. I believe Dixie said they're gonna try to make it. Plans may have changed. We're getting pushing right through this for you guys. You've seen some excellent driver versus track runs here before we get into the battles.
All these buy runs, bro. Byron's putting in a lot of work today.
Hey, Team Byron, baby. Getting through it here. This is a full-on 32, so we will get to the action soon. Just got to go through the process here. Doesn't look like Dixie's here. We're going to go ahead and run J-Star. J-Star pulling up in that GR86. Driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Representing Team EJK is the J-Star. J-Star going for his run here on Atlanta. Nice entry by J-Star. Good angle there. As he goes across the inner clip. Nice and clean. Clip 2 and going up the hill, pushing up that hood is J-Star. See how he handles the horseshoe. He comes in almost perfectly. Going around that inner clip and the exit here. That exit is going to be very tricky once these cars enter combat. Whoa, a nasty flick. It goes across that last inner clip. Full pull by J-Star representing Team EJK. And call in our next drivers here. Let's have all competitive drivers leave the lobby. Gonna call in our next drivers here. It's gonna be Tafetta. Been looking forward to seeing Tafetta. Gonna call in Tafetta, Royal, Callum, Ryan X, BLT Knight, Iron Wolf. Please come into the lobby, do your warm-up laps, and get scanned. Tafetta, Royal, Callum, Ryan X, BLT Knight, Iron Wolf. Come into the event lobby and get your scans. And go ahead and warm up. Track is open. This is going to be very interesting here as we begin to get some of these battles. Gundam, it's going to be very interesting today, a little bit later on today, as well as tomorrow when we have our main event. It's going to be interesting to see how these drivers throw down against each other on one of the faster tracks, especially the run up. The drivers being asked to enter at 90 miles an hour minimum. So these drivers are 90 miles an hour plus on the entry. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. Is there anybody in particular you're excited to see?
Well, I know one person I've been kind of keeping an eye on lately is this Callum guy, and he has been really throwing down in practice, and even at Long Beach, he was one of the drivers to watch where he's putting in work with that big C35 Laurel, and he's representing Team TDS, and he really wants to put them on the map. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see how he does with such a high speed track because while it's a big 4-door car, it has a lot of pace in it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was definitely one I watched. Saw him throw down a killer run during the preseason qualifier, and then also in Long Beach. Like, unfortunately, he just got edged out in seating during Long Beach, but man, that was an exciting run. Definitely an exciting driver to watch. I can't wait to see him out on track and see what he does for later on. So it's going to be very, very interesting. I'm actually one of the drivers I have my eyes on. I actually have two. I actually have a few, but I am looking forward to seeing Majestic actually. I'm looking forward to actually seeing Majestic. He is finally made it into the top 16. He'll be driving tomorrow. He has, I believe he has the most podiums in RTR during the season so far. So, um, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see as he continues to get better and continues to get more consistent. He's going to be dangerous in that RTR of his. He's decided to stay in the same platform, refine it, readjust it, rebuild it. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how he does in that car. So if we can have our last laps done, get your last lap in, and then we'll have the track cleared, and we'll get straight into the action. If you're just not joining us, happy 4th of July for those of you here in the States. For our friends outside the States, happy Saturday. This is Just Trip Championship Series, Round 2, Atlanta, Hotlanta. And this is your seeding for tomorrow's main event, where the championship points and team points are all up for grabs. All right, let's have the track cleared. And we'll go into our battles here. Drivers are trying to drive, and they got, some holiday stuff to get to. Okay, fireworks. And some other things.
I tagged you in something.
Okay, maybe some beverages. Yeah, we can bring him in now.
Okay.
Yep, come on in, Kaylee.
He's already in the VC.
Perfect. We can get him in the lobby. That would be great. All right. So first up, we're gonna have Tafetta versus Royal. Tafetta versus Royal. To the burnout box, into the line when ready. Tafetta and Royal. I know we just had Tafetta here.
He said his game crashed. He's rebooting it. So
okay. Yeah. All right, let's have Callum versus Ryan X. Callum versus Ryan X. To the burnout box and to the line when ready. Callum versus Ryan X. We'll have Callum in the lead with Ryan X in the chase. Now, speaking of, maybe his ears were burning. There is Callum representing the Irish. Okay, so not putting pressure on, but the Irish drivers as of lately are like the drivers.
It looks like Ryan is also Irish with the Irish. Is that the Irish flag on his roof? Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah, so it's an all Irish
battle.
Man, so this could be a finals type battle here that we're gonna get treated to early. Unfortunately, it's in the 32, but here we go. Looks like Ryan X with the staggered start here. Let's have you pull up just a little bit. There you go. Perfect. All right. We got Callum in the lead. We got Ryan X in the chase. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go. Callum, Ryan X, Callum, flying down. Nice entry there. Ryan X playing a little bit of catch up. Callum now going uphill, flying up the hill. How's he going to do it in the horseshoe? Nice, massage in the horseshoe. Here comes Ryan X now on the attack. The driver's transition there. Out of the horseshoe going into that first to last inner clip and across the finish line. Callum and Ryan X full cool. Looks like Ryan X was looking to kind of jump there on the light. Not sure if you know, maybe he had like a misshift or something like that. But you know, you chase your race. He left the line and tried to make up for it. We got drivers switching positions now. We're gonna keep the action going for you. We got Callum now in the chase. Ryan X in the lead. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Ryan X, Callum, second half of their battle. Flying down there is Ryan X. Callum right there. Ooh, nice entry. The angle by Ryan X. Callum not shaking. Nice and patient. Callum now knocking on the door of Ryan X as they go up the hill. Ryan trying to put on that angle there. Callum sitting there in the smoke and shadow of Ryan X. Nice proximity there. Both cars through that inner clip. Put on the angle across the finish line. The drivers, go ahead and pull up on that left side there and stop right there.
Callum putting that RB to work, wringing the neck out of that. Absolutely gluing it to the door of Ryan, making sure that he didn't get away. He's like, hey, this car, you're not the only big fast car on the grid, buddy. Like, it's actually insane how fast that Laurel is.
But you know, you can't have a good chase without a good lead. Ryan X was throwing it down. You know, hey, I left the line kind of late in the first run. This run, I got to lay it down. The entry, holy crap. I mean, that was insane. I'm excited about what I'm seeing here. It's unfortunately we saw it early, but also very cool what we saw. Judges taking everything into account here, looking at what they see. So we did have a little bit of a gap there in the first run. That would be a little bit of a disadvantage, but it does not necessarily count them out. So our rules here are a little bit different within Just Drift. So just because there's a gap, that is part of the criteria of proximity, but it is drifting. So we want that line, we want that angle. Chase car not giving up. He's still in it to win it, still pushing. So gap is not an automatic win just because you're fast off the line. So we will see how judges take that into account. We'll see if Ryan X laid down a good enough line. Maybe, maybe not. Let's go to our chase judge. Do you have a verdict?
I do. I got to give this to Callum. Just overall, just way cleaner, way smoother, and kept it to his door.
All right. Do you have a decision ring?
For me, I'm gonna have to go to Callum. He absolutely threw down a clean lead. He hit all of his marks in the chase position. He stayed tight in proximity and didn't really have any mistakes that could be dealt against him. So yeah, for me, this win would have to go to Callum.
All right, Callum gets the win. Callum gets the win, and we'll be moving forward. Next up, we're going to revisit the Tafetta versus Royal. Tafetta versus Royal. Did we get Tafetta back in here? Tafetta versus Royal. So looks like we got one of them in here.
I don't know if his system crashed again. He messaged and asked if he should join. I told him to join. So we're waiting
All
to
right.
see if it's a connection issue. Give him a moment, but
So we got Tafetta is on the line. Do we have anything from Royal?
Royal, I do not see in the
Okay, Royal
VC.
going once. Royal going twice. And so to Atlanta, we have Tafetta on the line. Well-known driver. It's our first time getting to see him in some time. His maiden voyage here in his beautiful RTR Mustang. Driver, are you ready? 4 light count. Watch those lights. Here we go. Tafetta on his maiden voyage in Just Drift Series Round 2 ATL. Tafetta with a gangster entry there across that inner clip. Nice transition. Inner clip 2. Surging up the hill now in the arc coming out slightly early, but look at the angle as it goes into a horseshoe. Beautiful angle coming out of the horseshoe is Tafetta laying down the smoke screen as it comes across those last 2 inner clips and across the finish line. Full pull by Tafetta. That's good. I mean, what more did you expect? That was pretty good.
Incredible pace coming out of that Mustang. One of the faster runs we've seen of the day so far.
Yep. Next up, keeping the action going, we're gonna have a BLT Knight and Iron Wolf. BLT Knight, Iron Wolf to the burnout box and to the line. We're ready. We'll have BLT Knight in the lead, Iron Wolf in the chase. These drivers getting ready to go at it for you. This is Just Drift Championship Round 2 ATL. New name, same thing. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Starting off the fireworks and all the shenanigans that will take place later today. We're starting it off right here. All right, BLT Knight, the Knight in the lead with Iron Wolf in the chase. All right, so Iron Wolf. Does anybody see Iron Wolf's?
Let me see, is Iron Wolf in here? Is Leo Iron Wolf?
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
I'm not
so
seeing. I'm not seeing his
livery.
Livery.
I'm not seeing it either.
Not loading for me. It's bugged. Yeah, it's bugged. It's been bugged for. Yeah.
Okay.
He has a livery on and he has the banner and everything. It's just it's CarX just being CarX. Sadly.
Okay, being CarX today. All right. So drivers, prepare. We have the BLT Knight in the lead with Iron Wolf in the chase. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go. Representing BLT, we got Knight in the lead. Iron Wolf in the chase. On the initiation is Knight going across that inner clip. Nice transition. Going uphill, surging uphill. Here comes Iron Wolf. Iron Wolf trying to apply pressure. BLT hanging on in the horseshoe there. Little love tap there by Iron Wolf. Beautiful transition by Knight as they go across that last inner clip. Popping through the smoke. It's Knight trying to apply the pressure now as they go across the finish line. One and done. Gonna have drivers switch positions here. And gonna give Iron Wolf a chance for that fresh air. BLT Knight. I like that name, BLT Knight. A chance to apply the pressure in the chase. Keeping it going for you, chase driver. Are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. It is the Iron Wolf, the Iron of the Wolf in the lead. BLT Knight in the chase. Surging forward is Iron Wolf. Here comes BLT Knight on the surge. Now attacking Iron Wolf as they go into the horseshoe. Trying to keep it nice and under control is Iron Wolf as they leave the horseshoe. BLT Knight applying that pressure, popping through the smoke, trying to get on the door of Iron Wolf as they cross to the finish line. Drivers pull over here to the left. Stop. You can pull up a little bit more to that line. Perfectly done. All right. Let us know in the comments, fam, who you think won that battle between Iron Wolf and BLT Knight. We'll pull from both drivers, lead and a chase. Let's go to our judges here. Chase driver, do you have a verdict? Or Chase judge, do you have a verdict? Excuse me. It's 4th of July. Starting to drink already. Mic check. Going to our Chase judge. Chase judge, do you have a verdict?
Give me just 1 second.
All right. Lead, do you have a verdict? Does our lead judge have a verdict?
Yes. I would have to give it to BLT Knight. The main reason being is that at the top of the hill in the keyhole in BLT Knight's lead, Leo Tiger did give a small bump coming past the inner clip in the keyhole, and it was just enough to push BLT Knight wide on and make him lose some angle, and it caused him to have to make an early transition coming out of the keyhole due to the adjustment he had to make. It wasn't a large contact, but it was just enough to affect the lead cars, so I would have to give it to Knight based on the fact that he was pushed into that error and the fact that he had a clean and, straightforward chase with no real mistakes or contact.
All right, let's hear from our Chase judge.
Chasing, I'd have to give this to Leo Tiger. Just way better angle, a little closer in proximity throughout the whole track.
All right. So looking at the overall there, so there was some contact going up the hill into the horseshoe from Leo Tiger in the chase. I felt like that knocked off BLT just a little bit. He almost had a kind of a tire drop there after going across the second zone from up top. I feel like that was the momentum hit from Leo Tiger, and my vote is for BLT Knight. So we have BLT Knight with the win. BLT Knight with the win. His first win here. Moving forward. Good battle by both drivers. All right, if we can have all drivers leave the lobby, all comparative drivers leave the lobby, we will call in our next drivers here. Going to the other side of the bracket, we shall have Void, Hellboy, Gallon, Otis Wild, Guncam, Ace, and Speed Demon. That's Void, Hellboy, Gallon, Otis Wild, Guncam, Ace, Speed Demon. Coming to the lobby and get your scans. We're moving through this sucker here, trying to get through it so everybody can enjoy it. The fireworks and the 4th of July shenanigans. We're starting it off right here. We're smoking up this track here. ATL. Just Drift round 2. This is your seating bracket. Track is clear. You're free to warm up. And just to go over it one more time, you should have Void, Hellboy, Gallon, Otis Wild, Guncam, Ace, Speed Demon. Come on in. Come on in, the water's fine, boys. America 4th of July. Was that a lot? That was a lot, huh? I don't care. Specialized cares. What's up out there in Driftland, Drift fam? This is Lost Boy Drift, and this is Just Drift Championship Series Round 2 ATL. This is your seeding for tomorrow's main event. These drivers battling against each other to see who will go up against our top ranked for the season after a hard fought Long Beach, where there's a lot of surprises, even some upsets and some great debuts. Now we come to round 2, one of the faster and a little bit more technical, difficult tracks. Not that easy. What we're asking these drivers to do here on this course. So it's not just running the course, is what we're asking them to do here. Is they're asked to have a 90-mile-an-hour minimum entry. The lead driver is not allowed to go into a lot of these rumble strips and zones here. Can't waver adjustments. They're looking for all kinds of stuff. There's angled zones here, so we do have an angled minimum specific in some of these zones. So a lot of little things the judges are looking at these drivers being asked to do. Not easy, all while doing it live. That's how we do it here on CarX Drift Racing Online. CarX Drift Racing Online has also launched CarX Drift Racing 2. That's going to be interesting. We got a lot more sim rig going on CarX Drift Racing Online too. So that's going to be very interesting as we bring more of that in once we transfer over there. But for now, we are here on CarX Drift Racing Online, and so can you. Download CarX Drift Racing Online, whether if you're on PlayStation, PC, Xbox, or mobile. Download CarX Drift Racing Online. Come join in on the fun here. All right. So it looks like we got our scans in. Let's go ahead and have the track cleared. We'll have the track cleared. If you're doing a run, finish your line. Go ahead and have the track cleared. All drivers, please park underneath the parking tents. We'll get right into it here. So we get to these battles. I think top 16 is where the action's gonna be. So, kind of rough on some of these drivers. Fortunately, round 2 landed on the holiday, but we do have a specific schedule to keep. So a little bit difficult for some of the drivers to make it out. Some of your favorites are probably not here today. Some of them are not. Some of them you will see tomorrow, and some of them you'll see next round. But we're gonna keep her moving here. I know that there's a little bit of issue here. I don't know if Hellboy was able to get in yet. Do you see Hellboy in here?
Hellboy is. I think he was in the VC, but
he was having a little bit of issue here. I think he had to reboot.
Yeah, I don't see him in. I don't see him in the VC right now.
All right. So do we have? Did Killy ever come in?
I messaged Killy. Is he in the lobby? I told them to join, but I do not see them.
Okay. Okay, let's have Gun Cam here. Gun Cam. Let's have Gun Cam.
Oh, Killy said he's joining back. I think their game crashed as well. And Ace said their game is restarting as well. CarX just...
So Ace is feed demon? Okay.
Yeah,
looks like it was just a little bit of a reset here.
Yeah, CarX is being CarX.
Alright, so why don't we do this? We're going to just a minute for our drivers to load in here. We're going to give them just a minute here. And we're going to take just a very small break, and we'll be right back for the action. This is Just Drift Championship Series, Round 2. This is ATL seeding Atlanta. Happy 4th of July, everyone. See you in just a moment.
Big pressure, no talking. Stand tall, never falling. Big slow when the drum pop. Head high, let the sun watch. I've been here non-stop.
What's up out there in Driftland Drift fam? This is Just Drift Championship Series Round 2 ATLs for seeding. And we are back from break. We're going to go straight into the battle here. Warming up, we have Gallon and Otis Wild. In the burnout box, we're going to have Gallon in the lead with Otis Wild on the chase. We're on your right side of the bracket. This is your top 32 of seeding. Kicking off your 4th of July shenanigans by Burning Out ATL course. Let's have Gallon and that's Gallon in the lead here. And we're going to have Otis Wild in the chase. Look to the line when ready. All right, got both drivers kind of shaking things off right here, shaking off the nerves. We're live. This is seeding. We got Gallon in the lead, Otis Wild in the chase. Staggered setup is Otis Wild there. RTR versus an S14, and I'm excited because you don't.
I haven't seen one of those in a while.
This is gonna be cool, and we got Team TDS also, so this is gonna be very interesting here. Here we go. Drivers are on the line and staged. Chase driver, are you ready? Flash your lights if you're ready, Chase.
Chase, are you ready? Okay,
Right.
he's ready.
Lead driver, are you ready? 4 light count. Watch those lights. Here we go, and the drivers are off. We got Gallon, we got Otis Wild coming down. Nice entry by Gallon. Otis popping through the smoke there, trying to apply the pressure there to Gallon. Look at that angle, that was so smooth. Going also smooth. Going into the horseshoe there. Coming out is Gallon, followed by Otis Wild. Otis Wild trying to apply that pressure. Gallon got in all the right places, kind of across the line there. Full pull from both drivers. We're gonna let them switch positions here.
Wow, what a run from that RTR. Like Otis putting in a great chase in the S14, but Gallon is just absolutely on rails in that Mustang in the lead, just laying
Absolutely.
down an heater.
He did cut that inner clip just a little bit there at the end.
Yeah,
But that's just minor. Like it's he still laid down the gauntlet. We're going to see what happens here. Otis is gonna have to bring it here.
Lost Boy. I just
yep.
caught it. The lead jumped on that.
Okay.
I saw it on my replay.
oh,
Okay. So that was
So-
before the 4th? Okay.
so
So,
with that
do
being
we need to
administrative
re-rack 'em?
restart, yes, if that's the case, if the lead jumped the light, then that would be considered a rerun.
All right. So we're going to have to
So,
re-rack
so
him
if
here.
if the lead left before the 4th light,
All right. So we're going to re-rack him here. Due to the fact that we called it late, we will take that as an administrative restart. So let's make sure you do not leave to that 4th light. Chase, you can start to move before the end of the 4th light, but not cross the line for your staggered start. Let's wait for the 4th light to stop. Drivers are restacked here. Judges are reset. We're running it again. Gallon versus Otis Wild. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go. Gallon, Otis Wild. Oh, he looks like he used the whole track there. Oh, he might have impeded the chase there. Good waiting by Otis. Otis now applying that pressure.
right on that end.
Gallon going across that inner clip, now leaving the horseshoe. Put on the angle is Gallon. Otis right there. Trying to be patient there. Put on the angle. By both drivers as they cross the finish line there. So,
What a run.
Yeah,
Few
what a
mistakes
run.
from both drivers we've seen, but even with those mistakes, they're absolutely putting on an amazing show out here. Crazy proximity, crazy angle from the lead. Drivers really coming out here and showing what they can do in this battle.
oh yeah, most definitely. Gallon and Otis putting on a show there. Gallon getting kind of greedy here. He's going to use the whole track on entry. But good being patient by Otis there. Drivers have switched up positions now. We're going to have Otis a chance to lead with Gallon a chance to apply that pressure. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Otis, Gallon, here we go. Otis Wild and that Wild S14, followed by Gallon and the Gangster RPR. The entry by both drivers, and we're across that first clip there. Now coming up the hill, putting on the anvil, going into the horseshoe there. Gallon trying to apply that pressure. He knows he has to bring it. Otis trying to not be sweated as he goes across that second to last inner clip. And the last inner clip, bingo, bango, goes the drivers across the finish line. Both drivers pull up on the left side here to the line. Right there, beautiful. Otis Wild versus Gallon. Let us know in the comments, Fam, who do you think won the battle between these two drivers? That was pretty wild. Do you have something, Judge? Go ahead, Aizen.
Oh, sorry, mic muted.
Okay.
I got to give this one to Otis. And the chase for Chase, Otis was just more in the pocket, more there. Disco was more inside most of the whole track, and then lost more proximity due to that coming down the hill.
All right. So we got 1 for Otis. Let's hear from our lead judge.
I'm also gonna have to give this one to Otis, mainly due to on the lead of Disco. When he initiated, he cut the inside and he dropped the tire on coming out of the keyhole, coming down the hill. And in his chase, he had several corrections where he matched angle, but he was shallow on line, and at some point, even at the top of the hill, his front end surpassed the front end of the lead car. It was basically like almost a overtake. So I would have to give this one to Otis. Great chase, a lot of aggression, but just too many mistakes, as well as getting gapped coming out of the keyhole and back up the hill. He also cut the line very tight, dropped a tire on the last inner clip, and side checked Otis coming across the line. So with those mistakes, I would have to give the win to Otis.
All right, we got Otis Wild with the win there. Otis Wild with the win, and moving on. Great runs from both drivers. Man, that Gallon, the way he's throwing that angle on the lead and the chase. I look forward to seeing this car later on. He is going to be dangerous. Yes, sir. Okay, I will get him back in there. All right, next up, we're going to have Killy versus Guncam. Killy versus Guncam to the burnout box. We will get you guys ready here. Let me see, Majestic. Oh, Majestic get locked out there. Golly.
Not looking really majestic getting knocked out like that.
All right. Let's kick him. No, I'm just kidding. All right, MJ should be fine now. All right, so we got Killy versus Guncam. Killy versus Guncam. We'll have Killy in the lead. This will be his debut versus Guncam. Guncam, no stranger to danger, as we've seen him here before. Killy versus Guncam.
I don't think Guncam is here, sadly.
Well, how lucky is that gonna be? Wow.
On his debut, gets a bye run, gets the battle the legendary bye run for his debut run.
He gets the battle ATM. Well, we'll see if he's done his homework, because he can't blame it on a leader chase driver. It's all just him versus Atlanta. Pull up to the line when ready, Killy. All right, let's check it out. All right. Do you see Achilles' banner there? I see no banner on Achilles. Do you see it?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
he
see
has
his
a banner.
banner.
He has a banner. It's
All
just
right.
again, it's just CarX being CarX.
Okay. Being difficult today. All right. Drivers on the line, I believe, representing Team Nexus is Killy. Killy on the line. And another S14, which is beautiful. I love seeing these. That's going to be sick here. Driver, are you ready? For light count, watch those lights. And there goes Killy taking off. Killy coming down in that Team Nexus S14. Kind of misses that first clip. Atlanta taking its first hit at him. He gets that second clip and goes up the hill now, going into the horseshoe. Nice on the zone, pouring on that angle to pro across that clip, almost checks it up. Now coming out of the horseshoe is Killy, pushing across those last two inner clips. And across the line, Atlanta almost got him there, a little shaky.
Nearly got taken out by Byron.
But he has the full pull. So we got Killy moving forward. Next up, we should have Ace versus Speed Demon. Ace versus Speed Demon to the burnout box and to the line. When ready, we shall have Ace in the lead with the Demon in the chase. Ace versus Speed Demon. This one is going to be one to watch. Looking forward to it. This is like having this is like my barbecue for the chicken. 4th of July. It's like my barbecue for this is my sauce. This is my sauce here. Ace versus Speed Demon. We're gonna have Ace in the lead, but Speed Demon in the chase here.
Speed Demon looking. We have Ace, who is looking like he's straight out of Japan with the anime style livery, and then we have Speed Demon, who is red, white, and blue, just screaming America on this 4th of July weekend.
Rock it out, brother. Rock it out. America, brother. We're gonna smoke this track out with the red, white, and blue. All right. We got drivers on the line. Ace in the lead. Speed Demon in the chase. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Drivers relax. Light check. Can we get a light check? Our light check. All right. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Ace in the lead. Speed Demon in the chase. Here we go, battling for your 4th of July. Coming down on the entry. Nice entry by Ace. Speed Demon right there, being a demon to Ace. Ace coming up into the horseshoe there. Woo! Got a tire drop. Why Speed Demon? Speed Demon with the tire drop. Ace trying to push through here. Trying to get through the rest of the course. Ace shutting it down. Or Speed Demon shutting it down. Ace going past the finish line there, came in a little too hard, but anything can happen. This is Atlanta, as we have the drivers switch positions. Ace with a chance to apply pressure. Speed Demon with some fresh air there, brother. Put down Smoky Run. Here we go, drivers switching positions here. Ace seems to have a little bit of advantage. We'll see what Speed Demon has in the tank of his American flag colored U.S. Air Forces RTR. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go. Here comes Speed Demon. Here comes Ace coming down in the after 938.6. Nice entry by the Demon. Popping through the smoke is Ace. Ace applying that pressure as they go up the hill on the door there. Up that RT. Putting on the angle is the Demon. Massaging it across that inner clip as they leave the horseshoe. Now putting on the afterburners, but Ace right there in all the right places as they cross the finish line. Full pull by both drivers. Drivers stop at the line there. Kind of overshoot there is the Demon. Let us know in the comments who you think won that battle there. Will it be Ace? Will it be Speed Demon? As I bail out our lovely friend here, MJ.
Our light boy is locked in prison again.
I don't know why. Whatever he's doing, stop chatting. Don't text anything. Because you're obviously saying the wrong stuff. Alright. Oh, well, there you go. Alright, so let's hear from our Chase Judge. Chase Judge, who you got between Ace and Speed Demon?
I gotta go with Ace on this. He completed the run. He held it close, despite the unfortunate part of Demon. He over-rotated going into the horseshoe. So Ace, congratulations on this one.
All right, let's hear from our lead, Judge.
I also have to give it to Ace. Clean lead, amazing chase, and sadly Speed Demon just spun out in his chase at the top of the hill. There was nothing Ace did any differently than anyone else has done, and Speed Demon just came in too hot and heavy and got on throttle a little too much, dropped a tire, and looped it trying to avoid the cones of death. So in that case, it's gonna have to sadly go to Ace.
All right,
Ace
gets the win. Ace gets the win and will be moving on. Ace with the win. Good pull from both drivers. Next up, we have Void versus Hellboy. Of one of those drivers made it in. Void, Hellboy.
Void said he is in his elevator. And Hellboy still is not here.
Okay, does he want to use his 5 minute? He has the opportunity to use.
If Void, if you want to call your 5, you're gonna have to call your 5 minute for us to hold you. He said he can't make it. I think. We can do your 5 minutes. You have 1 5-minute call. So, do you want to use it? Waiting on a response. He said he's trying to speed run, so he's gonna use his 5 minutes.
All right. So let's have all the other drivers, all other competitive drivers, leave the lobby, please. We're gonna call in our next drivers, the last drivers on the right side of the 32 bracket. Let's have CS Slides, Matthias, Cake, and Steak. Want some steak with your cake? We got Jay-Z, Zoobs, Rambo, and Abby. That's CS Slides, Matthias, Cake, Steak, Jay-Z, Zoobs, Rambo, and Abby. You may enter the event lobby, do your warm-up laps, and get scanned. For those out there in the Driftland on the stream, thank you for stopping through and just checking us out during your holiday weekend. Happy 4th of July out there, Drift fam. This is Just Drift Championship Series Round 2 ATL. This is your seeding. We're finishing up your 32 here. We've already seen some pretty interesting battles. We did have some buy runs because, it is the holiday. People got to do what they got to do. But we had some battles getting there too, and we saw some pretty scrappy battles there. What did you think of that, Gunnar? We saw some fighting going on. So coming up next is going to be Orlando, everyone. Track Orlando. So we got the the coiled snake there. Orlando coming up next. That's what we're going to be doing. I believe that is July 18th, I want to say. So that'll be coming up next there for our next round. So that'll be round 4. just a little bit before we go to Seattle. So yeah, Orlando, July 18th and 19th will be next. That'll be our round 3, and then we'll be followed by E-Town Night Course. That's our round 4, excuse me. So right after that, we'll be opening up our wild card standings. So one of the messages we get a lot is sometimes people miss the registration, or they didn't get a chance to see it for the season. We will be opening up our wild card registration. We're in Seattle, round 5. So that'll be August 15th and 16th. So before that, in between round 4, right after round 4, we will open up our registration for a wild card. So if you think you got what it takes, come on in and show what you got. So we will see things. We will see things going on live here for Seattle with our wild cards coming in. Go ahead, Yonan, what's up?
Oh, no, never mind. I thought I saw a message, but it's already been resolved.
Okay. All right. So in here, just double checking, we should have CS Slides, Matthias, Cake, Steak, Jay-Z, Subs, Rambo, Abby, and then we will allow Void or Hellboy to come on in as well as they make it. Void has called his 5 minutes, and so we will be pushing forward, hoping that he gets in soon. All right. Yeah, if you just now join us out there in Driftland, Drift Ram, it's your boy Lost Boy Drift, and this is Just Drift Series Round 2, Atlanta. This is your seeding bracket. We are finishing up your 32 battles for seeding. The drivers battle against each other to see who they will go up against in tomorrow's main event, where the top 16 ranked drivers are waiting for their challengers. Let's have the... Go ahead. Okay.
Oh, it's tweaking. Is a CarX bugging again? Yeah, I see it.
So if they can, so if they can, just have them reset that, please. All right, so drivers. So let's have drivers clear the track. Let's have drivers clear the track. If you're on track, finish your run. Let's have the drivers clear the track, please. We'll have everyone park in the tented area, please. Park in the tented. The tent area, the park flats, as they say in Germany. They say in Spain. No, I'm not gonna say that because then everybody will be. You said it wrong in Spanish. Had some pretty interesting battles so far. It was pretty crazy there. Wing, we actually saw some pretty cool stuff. Callum coming out swinging, Gallon coming in with the angle, Ace,
the Irish boys.
Man, wild here. So as we go into our next battles, this one should be a good one as well. We're gonna have CS Slides versus Matthias. CS Slides versus Matthias here. Let's have you go to the burnout box, into the line when ready. We'll have CS Slides in the lead, but Matthias in the chase. CS Slides unfortunately couldn't make Long Beach due to just having a little bit of complications here, but now he's here. So well known for his clips and tricks, and as well as his driving in some other series. We're happy to have him back and get to see him here on his favorite track. Little inside joke there. On his absolute favorite track, ATL. So Slides versus Matthias. Well, Slides in the lead. Matthias in the chase. Matthias in the RTR here. Slides returning in his S15, all whited out there, looking pretty good. Both drivers on the line and are ready to roll. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Slides, Matthias, here we go. ATL 4th of July banger. Nice entry. Fly slides there. Matthews being nice and patient. Now put it on the attack. They switch and go up that power hill into the horseshoe. Oh, little correction there by Matthews. Looks like he got caught up in the smoke there. Reinitiates and tries to get going. See the slides, trying to hold that rocket in place as he goes across that last inner clip and the finish line. Matthews there. Looks like he might have got a little bit blinded in the smoke here. We do encourage drivers to drive with their smoke all the way turned on. Looks like he might have got lost in the sauce there just a little bit. Miscalculated just slightly. But guess what? Anything can happen here, especially in ATL, when you switch positions. We're going to give Mattis the chance to have that fresh air and lead. See his slides. The chance to apply that pressure. Still has to apply that pressure. We'll see what happens. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Second half of the battle. Mattis, CS slides. Here we go. The faint entry by Mattis. CS slides being patient. Now on the attack. They go across that inner clip. Now going up the power hill, putting on the afterburst is Mattis. Put on the angle is both drivers. They skim across that inner zone there. Now the inner clip exiting the horseshoe. CS slides, applying that pressure. More pressure, baby, as they transition across that inner clip and up the power alley. Let's have both drivers stop. There. Good job there. Mattis and CS slides. Full pull by both drivers. Let us know in the comments, Drift Fam, who won the battle between these two. You got CS slides in the S15, Mattis in the RTR. A lot of drivers having trouble coming up that hill, that power hill there, surging uphill, having to pour on the angle, and then you got that little decel point between those two, red cones exiting zone 2 and the entry of zone, the ending of zone 1 and the entry of zone 2. So
yeah,
very, very interesting there as they're pretty much at the top of the hill entering the horseshoe and having to break there. Kind of difficult there. What we're having them do. Let's go to our chase judge and see if we have a verdict. Chase judge, who you get?
I got slides on this one. Y2K Mathias over rotated going in, but into the or slid off, but kind of looked like more start of an over rotate horseshoe. And slides did complete his chase after that, so I got slides.
All right, let's hear from lead.
Same here. Slides had an amazing lead, hit all his marks. Matias, sadly, in his chase, just made that mistake coming into the keyhole and fell behind. Slides was able to complete a smooth and consistent chase run, even though Matias did lay down a pretty strong lead out front. The mistake in the chase was just too much for him to overcome in this instant, with Slides making no mistakes in his chase. So I'll have to move the needle over to Slides.
All right, Slide with the win. Slide gets the win, and we'll be moving forward. Is Void here?
Void is here. He said he made it.
All right, Void to the rental box and to the line. Ready. Void used his 5 minute. He will have no more 5-minute calls for the rest of the event. They get 1 5-minute, and they get 1 challenge. Void able to just barely made it. He's like, I'm in an elevator. I'm on the way. I'm logging in. And he is on the line. Void on the line in that beautifully colored RX-7. Rody Brothers Big Wang Gang. Void on the line. Driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Oh yeah, here it comes. Listen to that. Wanko. We'll just let you listen to that. Listen to that. As it comes down and initiates across that inner clip. Nice transition by Void. Now powering up that hill. Here comes the tricky part. Nice angle by Void coming through the horseshoe there. Hugging that inner clip. Nasty transition out of the horseshoe, showing how it's done. Across that last two inner clips. Snappy Pappy.
Snappy transition.
As it goes across the finish line. He said, wait a minute, hold my beer. I was in the elevator, now I'm in the car, ready to rock. Void moving forward. Good run, Void. Okay, leave the love and get out of here. Good run by Void. Next up,
Stick around.
Cake and steak. You want your cake or you want your steak? Cake versus steak. To the burnout box into the line ready. We got cake versus steak. We're gonna have cake in the lead. Steak in the chase. So got a lot of 4th of July. So if you're viewing from overseas, it is a holiday for us. It is 4th of July. A lot of shenanigans going on later tonight. Some people are already drunk. You're drunk, Jay, go home. But we have our drivers here sacrificing some of their fun time to come and entertain you. So if you're here, thank you for watching. As we have, looks like we have a steak on the line here.
His livery is not broken this time.
Ready to rock in his E46. Representing Team Cairo. What was that? Can we have that check, please? Check, please. I saw a little bleep there.
Looks good on this end.
All right, here we go. Drivers on the line. Driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Representing Team Cairo. Steak coming down in the E46 with the nasty going into that inner click. Now the transition into clip 2, going up that power hill, throwing on the angle as he enters the horseshoe. Oh, so nice in that horseshoe. Across the inner clip. Good on the exit, laying down the smoke screen in that E46. My goodness. And the nice and snappy as he come across the finish line. Full pull by Steak. Excellent run there. Next up, keeping the action going for you folks, we got Jay-Z versus Zoobs. You're gonna want to hit your record button for this. Jay-Z versus Zoobs to the burnout box. And to the line already, Jay-Z versus Zoobs. We'll have Jay-Z in the lead, Zoobs in the chase. I'll tell you what, let me tell you something right now. You want to hit your record button because this is going to be one for the books. What's your predictions here, Wing? Like this is
going to be a tough one. Zoobs is a very consistent, very solid driver. Jays has been growing as a driver a lot lately, and at one point he was kind of a hit and miss driver. He would have those runs where he would lock in, and some of those runs where he would just be kind of out to lunch. But as of this season, he's been driving incredibly well, especially during practice. If he can keep his nerves in check, he might surprise Zoobs here. But Zoobs is always a threat to be reckoned with, no matter the competition he's in. So it's gonna be interesting. You have the underdog versus the veteran, and we'll see who can come out on top after this battle.
Yeah, definitely uphill battle here. Could go either way, but Zoobs no stranger to danger as they're on the line here. We got Zoobs in the chase, Jay-Z in the lead. Let's get to it. The time for talking is over, and now there's just drift. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Kitetsu versus Kinetic. Here we go, JC in the lead. Zoobs in the chase. Both drivers lightning fast off the launch. Twin initiation, touch the door is Zoobs. As JZ goes across there. Again, the inner club now up the hill. Here's the tricky part. Both drivers quarter on the angle. Being patient is Zoobs as they go across that inner club now, exiting the horseshoe. Surging forward is JC. Zoobs being nice and patient there. Going across the finish line. Don't know if he crossed it in time. Don't know if he crossed it just right or if he dropped the tire there. We'll have to see. Drivers are being judged into they cross that solid yellow line, that first one. But first, straight back into business. We have drivers switching positions here. Zoobs with the fresh air. Jay-Z with the task of applying pressure. He's going to go with this staggered start there. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Zoobs, Jay-Z, part 2, here we go. Contesting versus Kinetic. Lightning fast is Zoobs. Nice and smooth, perfect. Cross that inner clip. Here comes Jay-Z, applying the pressure as they go up the hill, touching doors. Put on the angle of Zoobs. As he goes across that zone, now the inner clip of the horseshoe, exiting the horseshoe, bumper to bumper. It's Jay-Z. Zoobs one on the angle there. Now going across that second to the last clip.
Absolutely insanity.
We'll have drivers stop up here at the line. Let us know in the comments, Drift Fam, who won this battle? Zoobs or Jay-Z? Is it Zoobs in the S15? Or is it Jay-Z in the Kinetic E46? We shall see. Man, oh man. I know judges are writing down some notes here.
No, I just saw something. Yeah, our driver Zoobs, he was like, yeah, he's like, I might have had a few too many before this.
Yeah.
Like, it was an absolutely incredible battle. Zoobs with a crazy good lead, amazing chase, and Jay is just coming out the gate. Lots of speed, lots of aggression, and putting on probably the chase of his career in this battle. Like, never seeing Jay step up like that, so it's really showing how far he's come as a driver.
Man. All right, let's see if the judges have a verdict. Let's go with our Chase. Chase, what's your verdict, sir?
Give me just like another 30 seconds.
That's all right. Everybody needs another 30 seconds. Like, that was a good heater. Great battle between these two. Put on a show for the 4th of July. Fireworks in the air. Fireworks here on the track. Jay-Z versus Zoobs. We told you to hit that record button because that was definitely, possibly, could have been the battle of the night. We'll see. We still got a lot more to go. If you're just now joining us, thank you out there in Driftland, Drift Fam. This is Just Drift Championship Series. Round 2 is your seeding Atlanta course. Jay-Z versus Zoobs. We're waiting for the verdicts here. Let's go with our lead. Lead, do you have a decision?
For me, it's an incredibly tight battle. Both drivers put on an amazing display, as I once said before. But for me, it's going to come down to one mistake, and I'm going to have to give this to Jay-Z. Just because in the initiation point, Zoobs came in just a little bit too hot, and he side slammed Jays before he could make it to the first inner clip. Jays did an amazing job to recover it, and both drivers continued their runs with no other mistakes throughout. But if I have to go off of lead to lead and chase to chase, Jays didn't have any contact in his chase. Zoobs had the contact on initiation, which pushed Jays wide past inner clip 1. So my vote would have to go to Jays.
All right, let's hear from our chase judge.
I'm gonna also go with Jay-Z. I missed that contact in the chase from Zoobs, but I went back and seen that. But there was contact from Jay-Z going up into outer zone 2. Didn't really look like it pushed much, but he was very shallow going up there. But overall, he way closer, way cleaner, and held the composure despite the mistakes from the lead.
All right. So we got Jay-Z with the win. Jay-Z with the win, and we'll be moving forward. His first win of the season. Zoobs laying down a crazy run as well. That was crazy. Next up, we're going to have Rambo and Abby.
Oh,
Rambo and Abby.
M2s.
to the burnout box and to the line when ready. We'll have Rambo, Abby in the chase. This is going to be another good one to watch. Gonna see what happens. We got these M2s, battle M2s. We've been seeing a lot, a few of these M2s, sprinkled out here and there over different competitions and stuff like that. Very interesting platform. I still think it's not that easy to get those prepared. So I'm always excited to see them and see what they can do.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to go. We have two different trains of thoughts here. Rambo with the new livery for 4th of July coming out with another red, white, and blue.
But let me just add real quick. Abby upgraded from Xbox to a laptop. So she
Abby's
is now
on
running
PC
with
now.
more frames.
All right, more frames. So more
Doesn't
power.
have to worry about the game crashing. Yay!
All right, and we got Team EJK versus After 930, both in the M2s here. We got good old M2 battle. Heads up, we're gonna see who did it better. Rambo in the lead, Abby in the chase. So we should have Rambo in the lead and Abby in the chase. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go. Rambo versus Abby. All empty battle. Coming down on that straight. Nice initiation by Rambo. Abby with the attack early. Bumper to bumper transition. Little weeble wobble there from Rambo, but he gets it together as they enter the horseshoe. Now come across that last inner clip there. Abby kind of having to wait, see what Rambo's gonna do. Now they're back at it as they cross that second to last inner clip and across the finish line. Very interesting there, a little bit scrappy there. So we got up, that again, that uphill pull going into that horseshoe. Not easy, especially at speed and once the pressure's on by battle. Driver switching positions now. Have Abby in the lead with Rambo given a chance to apply pressure. So
yeah, scrappy run from both drivers.
Yeah, look like Rambo might have parked it. I don't know, or possibly Abby got lost in the smoke. I don't know, but we'll see here what happens, what unfolds as the drivers have switched positions and they're ready to roll. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go, second half of the battle. Abby in the lead, Rambo chase, all empty battle. EJK versus After 930. Smooth initiation there, a little straighten up by Rambo. Looks like you have a little bit of issues in contact. Abby staying in it, pushing forward, going across the horseshoe zone, having to adjust, now going to inner clip. Rambo trying to get back into it. Abby surging forward, second to last clip, almost there. And across the finish line, scrappy again, little scrappy fight between the M2s.
Indeed.
It'll be very interesting.
Both drivers really throwing it down. Looks like Rambo was feeling the pressure of this battle. Got to show who's the better M2 in this case, and that pressure might have been getting to both of them because there was some mistakes on both ends.
Yep, we'll have to see what the judges come out with here. So we have this one in the books. Let's hear from our Chase. Chase Judge, do you have a verdict, sir?
Yes, I mean, a lot of mistakes, but overall, Abby did keep the composure and come back through the mistakes was made from that. But the lead, not the really best lead to get to her chase, but held the composure, and then she'd also laid down a massive lead, and Rambo just straightened, shallows. Great run from both, but just a lot of mistakes. But I got to give it to Abby.
All right, so we got one for Abby. Let's hear from our lead.
For me, it's gonna have to go to Abby. Rambo in his initiation, he came in hot. He kind of overshot past inner clip 1 and made a big correction over angling at inner clip 2. And then he basically straightened out and had to reinitiate going back up the hill. Several corrections coming into the keyhole, and out of the keyhole, he was pretty decent. And in his chase, he he initiated too early and basically just drove straight past inner clip 1 to regain proximity going into inner clip 2 to get proximity going up to outer zone 1, as well as making several mistakes coming into the keyhole and leaving the keyhole. He got gapped by Abby and had to play catch up, center punching the last clip coming back up the hill. And yeah, it was just a very scrappy run. So for me, I would have to give my vote to Abby in this one. Just a cleaner lead,
Alright.
cleaner chase.
Alright, so we got Abby with the win. Abby with the win for this battle between the two. Abby moving forward. That does it for our 32. We'll be going into our 16 for your 4th of July weekend. This is Just Drift Championship Round 2 Atlanta seeding. I'm going to take a short break as we get ready for our top 16 battles of seeding. We'll be right back after this.
We were kings in the dead of night, burning tires under broken lights, shed our scars like battle wounds, swore the fire would never lose. You had my back through every fall, through bloodshot eyes and bathroom walls, built this life from rust and pain. Now all that trust goes down in flames. I heard your voice behind my name, like gasoline poured on the blade. You were my brother till the dagger hit my spine. Now I see the truth in every lie. We raised hell, we chased the same damn dream. Now you're just a ghost in the rear view. And I can't erase the ashes of the memories. You watch me drown in cold loyalty. Yeah, friendship dies slow, but betrayal cuts deep. Every late night, every mile, every fake laugh, every smile. Guess I never saw the mask hiding in the smoking glass. You took the trust I gave for free, turned it into enemies. Now the road feels cold alone, with a heart like shattered chrome. You lit the match and walked away. Still I hear the words you'd say. You were my brother till the dagger hit my spine. Now I see the truth in every lie. We raised hell, we chased the same damn dream. Now you're just a ghost in the rear view. And I can't erase the ashes of the memories. You watch me drown in cold and loyalty. Yeah, friendship dies slow, but betrayal cuts deep. So here's to the nights we can't rewind, to the trust you left behind. I carry scars you'll never see, from the war you made of me. You can burn my name in fire, but you'll never kill the fight. You were my brother till the dagger hit my spine. Now your shadow fades with every mile. We raised hell, JD Pro Drift. Pro 2 seeding Saturday. Top 32 on the line. Earn it. Seeding Saturday. Pressure on max. One clean run it, you move up the bracket fast. One bad angle and you fall right back. Top 32 dreams disappear that fast. Smoke in the sky, whole crowd locked in. Judges watching every little mistake you spin. All week grinding just to make this happen. Pro 2 Saturday. Now we attacking. Wake up early, pitch cold as ice. Crew checking bolts, making sure it's right. Tires loaded, fuel topped off. Everybody nervous, but nobody soft. Drivers walking with their headphones loud, try and block out all the talking crowd, because qualifying can break your soul. One missed clipping point kills your goal. Fast entry coming in the zone one. Big angle throw while the tires spun. Walk inches away, but I held my nerve. Trying to show judges what my team deserves. Style points, Madeline got it hit. Throttle control, gotta stay legit. Smooth transitions make the fans yell loud. Every clean run make the family proud. All season long for this very day. One run can take it all away. From underdogs trying to make their name, the veterans protecting fame. Seeding Saturday, pressure on max. One clean run and you move up the bracket fast. One bad angle and you fall right back. Top 32 dreams disappear that fast. Smoke in the sky, whole crowd locked in. Judges watching every little mistake you spin. All week grinding just to make this happen. Pro 2 Saturday, now we attacking. Saw a favorite hit the wall too hard. Now they watching from the sideline scarred. Underdog kid in a beat up ride. Just drop the score, it shocked the side. That's drifting up and guaranteed. You either execute or watch them leave. Every run feels like life or death. Heart beating through your chest. Bracket reveal when the session ends. Everybody watching who they defend. Top 32 locked and now it's official. Tomorrow gets way more critical. Started with dreams in a trailer gate. Now we fighting for a higher place. Saturday decides where your war begins.
Happy 4th of July out there in Driftland, Drift fam. This is Just Drift Championship Series, round 2, Atlanta. This is your seeding. We are entering your 16. Starting off all of your 4th of July shenanigans by smoking out the track here with these drivers. These drivers have opted to put on hold some of their 4th of July festivities and entertain you. So we thank the drivers and we thank you for coming and watching us out there in the live stream. Thank you for your support. Tell your mammy, your pappy, your girlfriend, your friends, your brother, your sister, and have them come and support the channels and help this series grow for eSport on CarX. Thank you, and we love you for it. All right, going back into the action. This is your top 16 for seeding round 2 Atlanta of Just Drift Championship Series. We're gonna have just 2 buy runs. We're gonna get those out of the way for you so we can get straight into the locked and loaded action, the packed action we have for you. First on the line is gonna be Derv. Derv is on the line, that sweet R32. Oh my goodness, love that thing. And he is ready to rock. Driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go, back to the action. It's Derv starting off in his R32 for your top 16, first run of the 16. Putting on the angle as he crosses that inner clip. Nice transition. That was controlled as he goes up the hill, pushing up that hill, entering the horseshoe now, entering that zone so perfectly across that inner clip. The transition out of the horseshoe, now those last 2 inner clips there as he puts on the angle, a display of his skill. Full pull by Derv. Derv moving forward, waiting to see who he will face later on. But hold on to your seats, because we have Tafida. Tafida is on the line next. Gonna throw it down in his all-American ORP, laying it down for you here. Driver, are you ready? I love the design on that thing. Watch those lights. There we go. Tafida putting his foot down, and the RTR screaming down the track as he puts on that snappy initiation across that inner clip, nice and smooth across the second clip. Now up that power hill, throwing on the angle into the horseshoe, drops just the tire, but holds on to that beast as it goes across the inner clip of the horseshoe. Now exiting, laying down the huge smoke screen is Tafida, and across the finish line. He's trying to lay it down there.
Down an absolute heater in the lead.
Oh yeah, versus Atlanta. All right, so we got those out of the way, and now we go straight into the action. Brought to you by After 930. After 930, go and check them out. Want that drift life? Want that swag? Want to know what's going on all over the world in drifting? Visit after930.com. They got all that you need for drift life. Bringing you that action is going to be Mig versus J-Star. Mig versus J-Star to the burnout box and to the line when ready. We'll have Mig in the lead with J-Star in the chase. Here they come. Oh, here comes that eight from Mig. It's been surprising people with just how good it is. Got that nice wide stance, nice build, really balanced. There we go, Mig on the line, starting that clock, says, come on, J-Star, let's get down to it. I gotta go get drunk, 4th of July. Representing Team EJK is J-Star and his GR86. Drivers are on the line and loaded. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Mig, J-Star, here we go, leaving the line. Mig going through the gears here. J-Star falling in sweet. Mig with a nice initiation. J-Star with the angle on the attack. Early bumper to bumper transition is now they push up the hill. Mig trying to lay down that smoke screen. nice and smooth on the razor edge of that second zone. Now enter clip. J-Star trying to get into the attack. Meg trying to smoke him out there, pushing forward. Here comes J-Star on the attack as they cross the finish line. Full pull from both drivers. That's your first battle of the top 16 for seeding.
Great lead run from Mig, but Starboy just hanging in there, never letting them fully get away. Great chase job, and you know, Starboy really showing out this round. He struggled a bit in round 1 with some stick drift. Don't know if he's gotten that fixed, but it certainly seems like it, that run.
Yep. Does somebody have something for me real quick? I thought I heard my name. All right, drivers have switched positions here. We got J-Star with some fresh air, Mig with the opportunity to apply the pressure. Let's see what happens. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Mig, J-Star, the second half of their battle. Here we go. J-Star in the lead, representing the defending team champions EJK. With the initiation, Mig on the back to him being patient. When a J-Star to transition, give him a little nudge there. They go up the hill. J-Star hanging on, putting on the angle. It's J-Star. But Mig is right there, not shaking. Tip the tail transition as they come out of the horseshoe, cross that inner clip, and now the last finish line.
Wow.
Full from both drivers. We'll have you stop.
What a run. J-Star absolutely throwing down a heater of a lead run. Like, just giving all the style, all the angle, Mig matching it, staying tight in the pocket, not being phased. Like, it's actually a very tight battle. Mig's once again showing that Mercedes can be competitive, and J-Star, you know, stepping up with his GR86, putting that little 2J to work against that big V8 and that Mercedes.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, a new platform that we're seeing put into competition here, at least with us, and putting it to use there, showing, hey, this is something I didn't think about, and it's very, very competitive. We'll see just how competitive it is, see if it was enough here as we go to our judges. We'll start with our chase judge. Do you have a verdict, sir? Microphone checker, please.
Your mic is muted.
I knew. I called him. He's like, I tried to talk to you.
I didn't hear it. I was watching the video, making sure I got my decision here. I do have to go with Mig on this. It mainly is going to come down to proximity for me.
Okay, let's hear from our lead.
I'm also going to have to go with Mig on this. He had an amazing lead, but really what it came down to was just the proximity in the chase. J-Star had a great chase for what it was, but Mig initiated on his door and just never left his door once he got there. It was absolutely glued to that 8.6. So lead to lead, I would have given it to J-Star just slightly, but chase to chase, it's gotta go to Mig. And given the fact that Mig also had a fairly clean lead versus J-Star's chase where he fell back going up in the outer one, it would have to go to Mig on this one.
All right, and Mig with the win. Mig gets the win and will be moving forward. Mig with the win. Good job by both drivers.
Thing that we should note is that all drivers are now in the main event in the top 16, so they'll be moving on to the 32 for the main competition.
Yes, you will see these drivers in tomorrow's main event. So you'll see both these drivers in the main event. You'll see all the drivers you're about to see next. You'll see them in tomorrow's main event. So not over for J-Star, but very important positioning now for Mig as he pushes forward. All right. So next up is going to be Callum versus BLT Knight. This might be another one that you guys need to press the record button on. To the burnout box, into the alignment. Ready? Callum versus BLT Knight. Well, Callum in the lead with BLT Knight in the chase. this is going to be a good one, Gundam.
Exactly. It's gonna be a crazy battle. Callum and his C35 Laurel, and he's going against BLT Knight and that E36. E36 is a pretty consistently competitive car, but Callum out here similar to Meg and an unknown, the C35 Laurel. It's basically the JZX of Nissan. You don't really see many people driving this online, let alone in competition. More people tend to make it a show car. So Callum saying, hey, this thing can be more than just a stance car. It can be competitive and run with even the best of them.
And I'll tell you what, Callum is making me a believer. Starting to be a big fan of his, because his driving's pretty tasty as he has it on his windshield. Some tasty driving there. The drivers are lined up and on the line, but first he has to see if he can shake the driving of BLT Knight. Knight there, staggered in the chase. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Callum, BLT Knight, here we go. Light up those tires. Callum with a nasty entry. Oh, they had a hit. Contact there. Contact on the entry. Not sure what happened. I don't know if it was lag. I don't know what happened. It looked like we had a clear initiation from Callum there. BLT maybe overshoot it. Not sure what happened. Driver's going to go ahead and switch positions here. That run is in the books. So that first run, unfortunately, in the books, had a little bit of incident there on entry. Our first incident on entry. Like I said, they are coming at speed. So these drivers coming at 90 miles an hour plus down there. Anything could happen here. So BLT kind of just taking a moment to, clear his thoughts, clear your mind, and get ready. Anything can happen here to get ready for this second half of the run. Callum now in the chase. Still has to chase. BLT Knight, gotta lay it down in the lead. Chase driver, are you ready?
Oh, wait, hold up. We have an issue. BLT Knight said that Callum disappeared for him on his end. So it may have been some desync.
So we have to go with what the judges are thinking. So, Chase Judge, did you see a desync?
I did not see a desync on my end.
Okay, Lead, did you see a desync?
I did not see a desync. I was watching Callum, and Callum launched normally, but considering where Knight started, Knight didn't pull off until Callum was already like a quarter of the way down the hill. So he very well could have not seen Callum on his end why he took off late. There have been some issues with that, so I'm liable to give a restart on that, but it also comes down to what the other two judges say.
All right, so I did not see a desync there. In fact, I also saw the launch go well. So I think, I'm not saying he did not desync, but I'm saying if he saw it on his end and on his end, so I'm gonna deem that as technical default. So that's gonna be on the chase driver. Unfortunately, it happens, but I think of the desync on the chase driver, I say first run still stands.
Okay, and that's what our chase judge says the same thing?
Yeah, it's a clean launch. He's on throttle trying to catch up, and Callum was just fast and just launched down the hill.
Okay, yep, so we have 2 to 1, so it's the decision will stand that run will be a clear launch, and we'll just send it as is.
All right, just so everyone understands, in Just Drift Championship Series, if there is lag or desyncs or something like that, it is seen as a technical fault, same as DB in a tire or something going wrong with the car. If it wasn't a server issue or anything like that we can deem, then it is a technical fault on that driver. So not something they wanted to, unfortunately it happened. That is their signal. So we have both drivers here on the line, ready to rock. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go. BLT Knight in the lead. Callum in the chase. BLT Knight trying to lay it down. Nice. Paint entry by BLT Knight. Callum kind of playing it safe there behind now, going on the as they go up the hill. BLT Knight with the angle. Nice and smooth into the horseshoe. Now here comes Callum with the pressure. Oh, the angle is BLT nice and snappy as they exit the horseshoe there. Now going up the Power Hill finish line. Callum doing what he needs to do in the chase there. You know, you hate to see that happen with the desyncs and stuff like that. Definitely not the, you know, purposely done by the driver, but it is a technical fault. They are responsible for their signal and everything. Let's make it official and hear from our chase judge.
Mike, check 1 2 1 2.
Oh, did you go me? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm just watching just for a second. If you want to go in the lead.
All right, let's hear from our lead.
For me, it's gonna have to go to Callum. Sadly, you know, we know it's desync, but since no one saw it, it looked like Knight just was late off the launch and tried to play catch up and came in way too hot. But you know, even with that, Callum is gonna get the win from me. But don't discourage. Keep your head held high. You're still in the main event for tomorrow, so you know, another chance to put on some great driving in the main event against other competitors. So don't let this discourage you from, you know, what happened, and you know, take it as a lesson, and we can move forward from here on. And yeah,
let's hear from our chase.
Yeah, I got to go with Callum. I was just double checking, making sure there wasn't no spots that maybe, you know, not really zeroed him, but deducted, and if not, did zero him. But yeah, Callum gets the win on this for me.
All right, Callum with the win. Callum with the win. You see both these drivers tomorrow in tomorrow's main event. Callum, however, moving forward, getting ever so closer to those coveted bonus points towards the championship. Our top finishers during this event getting bonus points towards the championship. So if they podium, they get bonus points. All right, let's have the lobby cleared. Lobby cleared. We're going to the right side for your remaining 16 positioning fighters. We have Void, Otis Wild. We have Killy, Ace, Sia Slides, Steak, Jay-Z, Abby. Come into the lobby, do your warm-up lap. That's Void, Otis Wild, Killy, Ace, Sia Slides, Steak, Jay-Z, Abby. All battles, baby. That's what we want for the 4th of July. We want some fireworks, we want some fighting. We already seen a little bit of that so far. It's been pretty good, Gundam. I mean, man, Callum making me a believer, and also surprising me is Mick too. I mean, not as a driver. Everybody knows Mick's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty more than good. But I mean, in that chassis, he chose just to be a little bit different. Try taking a risk there. He's showing that thing moves.
Yeah, that Mercedes chassis, it's always been a kind of a, you know, somewhat, as they say, slept on chassis. It was really good on Ultimate, but you know, since it was considered a supercar, not a lot of people drove it, because you know how it is with a lot of drifters. You know, they kind of see the supercars as like the rich boy thing, so everyone wants to keep their cars, you know, JDM spec. So it's not something that you normally see a lot of people drive, but it is a very solid foundation of a chassis. And you know, he's coming out the gate and showing that, hey, y'all are sleeping on this because you have too much pride to run something different, but I'm showing that you can still be different and still be competitive. And then there's Callum, who is in the same boat, and he's like, hey, the C35 is kind of overlooked due to everyone wanting to drive chasers and S15s, but we have a big 4-door weapon here, and you know what they say about 4 doors. So
4-door boys. 4-door boys.
4-door boys is putting in the work.
I wish I was good at piloting those. I'm just not. But I do. Every time I see one, I'm like, man, that looks good. So
It's an acquired taste. It's like a good beer, and I don't even drink. I don't drink, but I can say that it's like a good beer. Like once you figure out the dynamics of those big cars and just where to place the rear end, and you're like, hey, that's pretty good.
so speaking of beers, if you're just now joining us out there in Driftland Drift Fam, this is Just Drift Championship Series Round 2 seeding. This is our Atlanta course. So this is our Atlanta course. Drivers here competing to see who they would go against in tomorrow's main event. We are in your 16 seeding. So this is your top 16 seeding for tomorrow's event. All these drivers you will see in tomorrow's main event, so they know they're in the show tomorrow. So now you're going to see some interesting drivers like, do I push it more? Do I hold back more? Because now they're fighting for positioning. This is for who they're going against. It makes their seed numbers. So, depending on where they finish tomorrow, that's what places them. And there's actual points on the line as well as you get further on here. Those top 3 finishers for today's event getting bonus points, which we've already seen be an important factor here going into tomorrow's event. Our defending champion, JC, winning Long Beach, but due to those bonus points, we actually have a challenger in Slides from Team Nexus, the leader Team Nexus there. He had those bonus points from seeding, which put him currently in the lead. He is our points leader. So, there you go. Very important.
It goes to show
Let's
that
have
a seeding win and a podium finish put him in the points lead. So it's like, yeah, the points in seeding may not seem like they're very much, but who knows, if a seeding driver is in championship contention, those few points that they got in that one seeding bracket could make or break the difference between, a top 16 point finish or a championship run.
Definitely. And we're going to continue that here as drivers prepare for battle. Let's have the track cleared. All drivers park in the paddock area by the tents. Let's have the track cleared as the time for talk is over. And now there's just drift. First up, it's going to be Void versus Otis Wild. Void versus Otis Wild to the burnout box and to the line when ready. Void versus Otis Wild. We'll have Void in the lead.
This is probably gonna be your favorite battle here, Loss.
Oh yeah. I'm torn between these two. So you got the representing the Big Wang Gang Brody brothers. We got Void and his pink RX-7, but also near and dear to my heart, we have the S14 of Otis Wild, who showed us just how wild that S14 is in his previous battle. So this is going to be very, very interesting. And hey, this is our top 16 of seeding. So it's time to get to it. Both drivers pulling up to the line here, getting staged and ready to rock. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Brought to you by CarX Drift Racing Online. This is Just Drift Round 2 seeding Atlanta course. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Drivers relax. Light check.
Lights.
All right.
Okay, now we can see them.
Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Void, Otis Wild. Here we go. Coming down in the lead is Void, followed by Otis Wild. Wide on the entry is Void. Going across that inner clip. Otis Wild being patient now, trying to apply the pressure as they go up the hill. Nice angle there by Void. Void in the outer edge of that zone there. Holding on to it in the horseshoe now, exiting. Otis Wild being patient, now trying to apply that pressure as they go across the second to last clip and across the finish line. Full by both drivers. Oh, we're starting the 16. Here we go. Driver's gonna switch positions here. Otis Wild in the lead. Void in the chase. All right, drivers are lined up. Stagger start by Void. Chase driver, are you ready? Driver, let's have you straighten out a little bit. Let's have you straighten out a little bit. Camp it. All right. Chase Driver, are you ready? Lead Driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Otis Wild, boy, second half of the battle. Here we go. Otis Wild putting the hammer down in the S15, but here comes Void. Now on the attack, tip the tail transition as they go up the hill. Void dropping a tire there, beginner in the mark right as they go across that zone of the horseshoe, now across the inner clip. Exiting the horseshoe is Otis Wild trying to put it down. Void right there, utilizing that rumble strip to get on the door of Otis Wild as they cross the finish line. The fight. So you think somebody's kind of like, you think somebody's playing it timid, you're like, I don't know, and then out of nowhere, the attack, being patient there. Look for where to attack. Let us know in the comments, Drift fam, who you think won that battle, Wild, or is it Void? BWT and TDS. The exclamation point at the end. Like I said, kicking off those fireworks for your 4th of July. Just Drift Championship Series. Let's go with our Chase. Chase, who you got?
Give me a minute.
Lead, who you got?
This is a tough one. Both drivers put on amazing chase and lead runs, but there were some minor mistakes that I saw that's going to be a deciding factor. I'm going to have to go to Otis on this one. In Void's lead, coming past inner clip 1, it looks like his front end washed out, and he did drop below the minimum angle, and while that isn't a 0, it was quite well below the minimum angle that we had stated, so that would be a deduction. Coming up the hill, he maintained a solid line, but as he left the keyhole, he also dropped a tire on the inner rumble and rode it on his lead and dropped a tire coming back up the hill on the last inner clip. And in his chase run, he maintained close proximity, but as we saw coming across the line, he came in a little too hot, side checked Otis, and basically pushed Otis into a spin across the line. So while he did have some high points, the few mistakes that he did make, I feel will put the favor into Otis's court, and Otis will get my vote on this one.
All right, let's hear from our Chase.
Yeah, after looking at both of these, just making sure, it's coming to a little bit. Both drop a tire. Watching from Void's chase, I kind of felt like Otis brought him off course, but he was a little further back than he should have been. But in Otis's chase, Void is very shallow angle going around inner clip 1, and Otis is about locked up, full lock. So I got to give this one to Otis as well, just because it looked more, he's got more angle to it.
All right, Otis gets the win. Otis gets the win. Both drivers in tomorrow's main event, 4 points. But Otis moving forward, getting ever so closer to those championship points. Next up, we got Killy versus Ace. Killy versus Ace to the burnout box and to the line when ready. We have Killy in the lead with Ace in the chase. I made a rhyme there. Did you get that? I got bars all day long. All day long. For your 4th of July weekend. Killy versus
Miss Faith is scared to face.
I see what you did there. Bars, dropping bars. Killy versus Ace here. Killy being called up from reserve. He's registered for the full season. It's our first glimpse at him. Doing a pretty good job there, because now he enters his first battle against the after 930 GR86 of Ace. We're gonna have Ace in the chase. Killy in the lead. Killy's on the line. He's like, let's get this sucker started. Here we go. Staggered start by Ace. Chase Driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Drivers relax. Drivers relax. Lights check, please. Thank you. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Kelly, Ace, here we go. Oh, looks like Kelly had a little bit of a mischief there. But here we go, the entry. Beautiful being patient by Ace. Kelly kind of overshooting there. Now getting it back into formation. Ace trying to apply the pressure there. Kelly dropping a tire, almost overshooting there. Going across the inner clip of the horseshoe. Ace kind of being a little bit patient now as they go across that inner clip. Kelly with the transition. Ace put it on. Ace like, let's go. Being patient, but let's go. Kelly shaking off the nerves here as we switch positions. I have Ace with the chance to have some fresh air. Kelly with the chance to apply pressure.
It's like Kelly bogged the car coming out of the start gate. Just absolutely no acceleration until they were like halfway down the hill.
Yeah, good job by Ace, kind of being patient. Kelly might be working through some issues here. But here we go as the drivers have switched positions and are locked for the second half of this battle. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go, Ace in the lead, Kelly in the chase, GR86 versus S14. Here we go. The initiation by Ace. Kelly on the hunt now. Tip the tail transition. Kelly trying to be on the door of Ace. Ace throwing on the angle as they enter the horseshoe now perfectly in needle thread of that zone. This Ace, another tip to tail transition of Kelly. Kelly on the attack now. He's like, I gotta bring it. But Ace not phased. So they cross the finish line full pull by both the drivers here. Stopping up at the judge line. Let us know in the comments who you think won that battle. Ace in the GR86 or Kelly in the S14. Let's go. You are chase judge.
I was kind of wondering what was going on there in the chase from Ace. Like, I looked at the lead, just didn't launch, and I don't know if they hit mile an hour on that. But overall, he came under composure. And then the chase, chase to chase. And Kelly did drop a tire on out of zone 2 coming into the horseshoe. So my vote here goes to Ace, just for a little bit of a cleaner run there.
All right, let's hear from our lead.
I'm also going to have to give this one to Ace. Sadly, it looks like when Kelly launched, he just missed a gear or bogged. He was on and off throttle for quite a while after he got past the lead car. I don't know if it was an issue with his controller or wheel, but he didn't get on throttle fully until he got to the first white checkered mark. So on me, that's already a massive deduction against him. And if we're going off chase to chase, Rob kept himself composed, got in the pocket. Kelly also completely missed inner clip 1 and dropped a tire on initiation before getting into inner clip 2. And in Rob's lead, Rob had a much cleaner lead throughout his run, and so I would have to give that run to I have to give that to Ace.
All right, Ace with the win. You see both of these drivers in tomorrow's main event. Ace with the win, and moving on. Next up, here's a battle for the ages. You can call them frenemies, you can call them acquaintances, but both are no strangers to danger. We have Sia Slides versus Steak.
Quick question. Do we know when Tafetta's next battle is? He's asking.
He is waiting in the Great 8. That will be in the next 4 runs.
Okay. Just wanted to check.
All right. So we are going to have next up Sia Slides versus Steak here. Let's see, we're gonna have. Oh, let me get my vision here together. My vision, boys. Like acting a little weird. All right, so we're gonna have Slides in the lead with Steak in the chase. Slides in the lead with Steak in the chase. Drivers pulling up and Retta to rock. Here we go. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go. Steak, where's Sia Slides? Sia Slides in the lead. In the S15, pushing forward, lightning fast. But here comes Steak. Steak, no stranger to danger. Now going to attack there. From a little bit of a straight. Now it gets back into formation. Sia Slides pushing up through the hill. Coming out slightly early, but massages that thing through the zone. Now the inner clip there. Steak kind of spinning it out. Steak with the spin out there. About to see what happened as Sia Slides pushed through. So it did. I don't know if it was kind of parked there by Sia Slides or not, or if there was just a lot of smoke. So I'll have to have judges kind of take a look at that as we have a driver switch positions. We're gonna have a Sia Slides in the chase with Steak having that fresh air there, and that team at Cairo E46 chance to lay it down as drivers are on the line. Staggered start by Slides. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go, second half of the battle. Steak versus Slides. Steak in that E46, lightning fast. Nice transition there, a little wavering for Slides. Oh, got a little bit of
desync on my part.
from Slides. Yep. As we have. Oh, let him keep. All right. So we had Slides shut down because he said rerun, but we don't know if that was Slides or not. So we'll do administrative restart of the second half of the run. But don't try not to call that right away because we don't know if that was driver or lobby. So that caused Slides to shut down prematurely. All right, so let's check their numbers. Are their numbers good? Their ping?
Let me see. As of right now, both look good, but coming up the hill, Steaks also like got launched into the air and Slides was teleporting. So, but their numbers are still fine. So I don't know if it's CarX just desyncing them both. What's going on? But both drivers carefully desync that run and just kind of back and forth all over the place.
Right,
on
so
my end of
that,
Slides did. He kind of like, back and forth, and then as soon as he got done, Steak went behind him and then back in front of him.
Yeah, and then Steaks' car just launched in the air randomly after that.
Yeah.
Right, because Slides was inside of him, so I saw the desync from Slide first, but we already called administrative, so we're gonna rerun the second half of the run. We'll have drivers restage. All right, stagger start from Slides. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go, second half of the run. We got Steak, we got Sia Slides, here we go. Steak with the initiation, here comes Slides on the attack. Steak, not phase, pushing up that hill. This Steak with the angle. Sia Slides on the attack. Touching doors. Door for door. As they go across that inner clip. Now they transition out of the horseshoe there. Into the inner clip. And across the finish line. Good lead by Steak. Good chase by Slides. Little driver stop right here. Stick was like, "What's for dinner, me?"
Oh, the brakes didn't work.
And we
no
shall
brakes.
see. Let us know in the comments, Drift fam, who you think won this battle. Is it Steak in the Team Pyro E46, or is it CS Slide in this white S14? Little tell the tape here. I'm sure judges are writing down their notes. This is your top 16 positioning of round 2 seeding, Just Your Championship, Atlanta course. Alright, just writing down some notes here as we get ready to go to our judges to see who won between these two. Let's hear from our chase judge.
After looking, yes, I gotta give this to Slides.
Putting you on the spot.
I gotta give it to Slides.
Keeping it high. Bars. That's where I'm the coldest ever. Check your mic. Let's hear from our chase.
Hello.
He's talking. Can you not hear him?
There he goes.
Hello?
Yep. We can hear you.
We gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, well.
I just want to make sure. I was like, I'm talking, but I got talked over. So, I'll give this one. I got to give this to Slides. He was there and he won. He completed his chase run. But in the first battle, Stakes did over rotate, coming out of the horseshoe. It looked like he just hit the wrong bump and just over rotated. He was still about a car back from Slides. So my vote here is Slides.
Okay, let's hear from Lead.
I'm going to have to give this one to Slides as well. Coming past inner clip 1 to inner clip 2 in the chase, Stakes had a very slow transition. It was almost a straighten, but not quite, but it was deemed as a deduction because he was under angle for more than 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. But overall, the spin coming out of the keyhole, I think, is really what sealed his fate. His lead run was phenomenal, but just that weird transition and over rotation leaving the keyhole behind Slides just put too much of an advantage in the Slides' favor. And with Slides not zeroing his chase, there was really not much he could do at that point to overcome it. So I'm going to have to give this vote to Slides.
All right. So we got Slides with the win. Slides with the majority vote win. You see both of these drivers in tomorrow's main event. Slides moving forward. Next up, we got Jay-Z. We got Abby to the burnout box and to the line when ready. Jay-Z versus Abby. We'll have Jay-Z in the lead, Abby in the chase.
E46 versus G82. M3 versus M2 battle.
I think this is the first one of these we've seen. So
yeah, we haven't seen the E46 versus the M2
yet. We're seeing this platform, both of them, seeing them new in competition this season. So very interesting. A lot of drivers opted to go for the E46 due to a lower KPA and a lot of versatility in weight and grip. But the M2 being short and nimble and being able to be light, also very interesting tactic. So we'll see what happened here with the strategies as we have Jay-Z pulling up for the lead, Abby for the chase. This is the last battle of year 16. We'll be going straight into the 8 after this. So thank you for joining us and tuning in. Happy 4th of July for those of you in the States. Tiger start by Abby. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Team Kinetic versus After 930. All BMW battle. Here we go. Daisy in the lead, Abby in the chase. There goes Jay-Z with the angle. But here comes Abby. Abby trying to apply that pressure as they go up. Surging forward is Jay-Z, AG, Massager, lost in the it's Abby. Abby going off course, having a crash there. Jay-Z trying to finish his run, going through that last clip and through the finish line. Jay-Z holding his breath. You know, Jay-Z's holding his breath. But we all do. We all do when we enter the horseshoe. But guess what? Anything can happen. Anything can happen here. Looks like Abby might have got a little bit lost there during that transition. Wasn't quite sure where to attack. You get a little bit further out in these cars, and you can't see anything. There's so many times where you just see a white screen. But here we go. Driver that switch positions. Anything can happen. We have drivers ready to rock. Jay-Z now in the chase with Abby in the lead. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go. Abby, Jay-Z coming down. The Abby lightning fast. With the initiation is Abby. Jay-Z kind of being patient there. Initiation, now he tucks in on the door of Abby. Abby throwing on the angle. They go to the horseshoe. Trying to get you there, door to door. Both drivers as they exit the horseshoe there. Noah going across that inner clip. Abby trying to shake Jay-Z. Jay-Z not having it. Chomping down as they cross the finish line. Full pull for both drivers. We'll have you stop here. Abby, Jay-Z, BMW, full pull from both drivers. Let's hear from our Chase judge. What you got?
I seen a few mistakes there going up to outer zone 1. The Chase had very, very low angle to keep the proximity. And then coming around the inner clip 1 on that second battle, last inner clip, I should say, sorry. I did see a tire off into the dirt, center punch the cone. Chase to chase, even it's a spin and there's multiple mistakes, mainly a straighten. I'd say one more time on this.
Okay, let's hear from our lead.
For me, I'm going to have to give this run to Jay-Z. He had a clean lead, hit all of his marks. Abby went off in the chase and center punched the cones of death. And when the roles were reversed, it seemed like Abby overshot inner clip 1. Jay's made an adjustment, and coming up the hill going into outer zone 1, Jay's reduced angle due to Abby's correction in the lead position. But he stayed within tight proximity, and coming out of the keyhole going back up the hill to the last inner clip, Abby basically cut the grass, center punched the inner clip coming across the rumble, and Jay's just followed the lead as he was supposed to and stayed on Abby's door. So my vote would have to go to Jay-Z for this one, just due to the mistakes.
So from the drone, even though there was mistakes, some mistakes on both drivers, could have seen a little bit more cleaner, but Jay-Z was able to keep his car on course. Had a really good chase there, even though he did have to shallow up just a little bit to keep within proximity. But within reason, that is allowed because Abby was throwing down a heater of a lead. But unfortunately, Abby just kind of getting lost in the smoke there at the top of the horseshoe and going completely off course, even crashing there. I have to give it to Jay-Z. Jay-Z with the win. Of course, both drivers you will see in tomorrow's main event. Both drivers in tomorrow's main event, 4 points, team points. Jay-Z moving forward, ever so closer to those championship points there for seeding that you can get for podium in here. So we're calling in our last 8 drivers. This is the 8 fates, as we call them. The fates of 8 as they get ready to battle all the way through. Call in our last 8. So the remaining drivers should be Derv, Mig, Tafita, Callum, Otis Wild, Ace, Sia Slide, and Jay-Z. All other drivers, please leave the lobby. Going all the way through to the finish will be Derv, Mig, Tafita, Callum, Otis Wild, Ace, Sia Slides, and Jay-Z. This is Just Drift Championship Series Round 2. This is your Great 8, or the Fate of the 8, as we like to call it, for your seeding. These drivers you will see in tomorrow's main event. They are battling for those points. So when you get to this point, you know you're in the show. You kind of throw everything else out the window and you're like, I want those points. So this is where you see battles get even more turned up and more serious as we, they're trying to get those podium finishes here. Very, very important. This is only round 2. We got a long way to go before the end of the season. So we got 6 more rounds. So yeah, can't count there for a second. But we got 6 more rounds to go. So it's a long way to go. And next up is Orlando. A lot of people in the CarX world. A lot of people experience Orlando. A lot of different series use the Orlando course. So there's a lot of experience there. A lot of people have data on Orlando. So it's going to be very, very interesting. So these, round 1, round 2, Long Beach, Atlanta, very important. Next we go to Orlando. So it's going to be a bit of a shake-up there. It's going to be very interesting what happens, because these next battles are very important. All right, let's have the track cleared. If you're on track, finish your lap. Let's have the track cleared afterwards. We'll go right into it. The Fate of the 8 as we get ready to push forward. Good battles we've seen so far. Very interesting here as now it gets a little bit more cutthroat. A little bit more cutthroat here. Drivers are gonna start. The voice. Yeah. All right. Look. Hey, my voice cracking. I'm excited. Voice cracking. I'm excited. Just like those firecrackers gonna be popping off in just a little bit here for 4th of July, our Independence Day here in the US of A. And, just happy Saturday weekend shenanigans for everyone else in the world here. Thanks for joining us and spending a little bit of time with us. We're just peeking in, stopping through. I know you're busy. We appreciate you. We're going to get right into it here as we have Derv versus Mig. Derv versus Mig, your first battle of the Fated 8. Derv versus Mig to the burnout box, into the line when ready. We'll have Derv in the lead with Mig in the chase. Derv versus Mig. This one's going to be interesting too. So we got R32, which we haven't seen much of, and I love the R32, but I'm starting to kind of have a soft spot for this AMG here. So here we go. This is going to be interesting. Lights check. Okay, I'm just checking. Okay, I'm just making sure. All right, Chase driver, are you ready?
Chase driver.
Ready. He flashed. Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go. Derv, Mig. Derv in the R32. Pushing down there. Mig on the hunt early. Twin initiation as it goes across that inner clip. Tip to tail transition. Going up the hill. Mig splitting that R32. Derv not phased. Ride the line through that zone inner clip. Leaving the door open for the chase now as he exits that horseshoe across that inner clip. Mig on the door of Derv as they cross the finish line. My goodness. Let's try not to teleport. Try not to teleport. Cameras are on you, and that really makes everybody go bonkers. The cameras go bonkers. So we have a driver switch positions here. Mig with the fresh air, and Derv with the opportunity to chase. Give judges a great chance to write down notes, because this one's going to be tight. All right, here we go. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch. Okay, watch those lights. Here we go. Second half, Mig versus Derv. First battle of the Faded 8. Initiation by Mig. Derv diving in just slightly early, keeps his composure. The transition up the hill, Mig shooting forward, thrown on the angle now into the zone. Perfectly in the zone. Derv following suit as they exit the horseshoe. Derv leaving the corner. Mig throwing down the smoke screen as they transition across that last clip and across the finish line. Whoa, baby. Fireworks in the sky. Derv versus Mig. Man. Judges. All right, writing down notes here. Let us know in the comments, fam, who you think won this battle. Is it Derv in the R32? Is it Mig in his AMG Mercedes? Cast your votes. Place your bets. No, we don't have bets. Not yet. And let us know who won between these two. Derv versus Mig. This is your Faded 8. Your last 8 battles of 32 seeding of round 2 JDCS West Drift Championship Series. Let's go to our chase. Chase, who you got?
Give me just a minute here.
All right. Lead, do you have a verdict?
Yes. I'm going to have to give my vote to Mig, mainly due to the mistake that Derv had on entry in his chase. He came in super shallow, nearly punted the lead, and was surpassing the lead's front tire past the first inner clip. He managed to correct it up and get back in proximity throughout the rest of the run and had a great chase for the rest of the run. But to me, if you're going off of both runs for lead to lead and chase to chase, that was a standout mistake between both drivers on the initiation. And I'm just going to have to slightly give the win to Mig on this one due to that error.
All right, let's hear from our Chase.
I'm not gonna really be able to decide. I feel like it's just controversy on this. I'm gonna go with a one more time because there's a significant angle difference versus chase to chase on Outer Zone 1.
All right.
Let's say the first battle was like low 20s and the second battle was a 50.
All right. So there is slight difference there. All right. So from the drone, on initiation, I did have Derv kind of like a little bit misjudged initiation, just a little bit. Ended up diving in a little bit too early on Mig. Mig able to keep his composure, almost overshot the inner clip and almost hitting Mig. He was able to pull it back, get back into formation, but that was big there. And then also for the lead, Mig, just beautiful execution, leaving zone 1, entering the horseshoe into zone 2. I mean, basically parallel with the zone there, facing the inner field there as he went past that zone. Like, we haven't seen that all night. That was insane, and able to hold that and keep momentum. My vote is for Mig. So I have Mig with the win. Mig gets the win. Both drivers in tomorrow's main event. Mig moving forward, trying to get those points. Good driving, both drivers. Next up, we're gonna have
battle.
Yeah. Next up, we're gonna have Tafita versus Callum. Oh snap!
Oh, this is gonna be a good one.
Tafita versus Callum. All right. Do we need to go commercial? Okay, we'll take a short break. Drivers, relax.
They try to weigh me down. It didn't stick. came in quiet, now the room too loud. Used to walk with my head down, now I move like a crowd. Built from pressure, I don't crack, I expand. Every you can, just made the plan in my hands. I was broken in mind, had to rewrite the code. Turn pain into fuel, now I'm heavy with load. They taught limits, I don't hear that sound. I've been levitating while they stuck in the ground. No handouts, I built every step. Every scar on my skin is a debt I've repaid. Now I'm locked in, no fear in my chest. If I fall, I just rise with the rest. Woo! Gravity don't work on me, I'm gone. I've been rising through the dirt too long. No chains, no weight, I break through walls. If I fall, I don't fall at all.
All right, heading right into the action. We have this heads-up battle, Tafita versus Callum. This is one for the Bucks. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. There we go. Tafita in the lead, Callum in the chase, RTR versus Laurel. Man, initiation here, put on the angles to enter clip. Being patient is Callum. Now go on the attack there. Surging up the hill. It's Tafita. Oh no! Kind of goes on course and then up there and hits. That was a drop. Callum pushing forward here, trying to finish the run. A little bit overshot there. It was Tafita up the hill, but anything can happen here as we have a drivers switch positions. We'll have Callum with the fresh air, Tafita with the opportunity to apply pressure, see if he can make anything happen. Staggered start. We got both drivers on the line. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Second half battle. Callum in the lead. Tafita in the chase. Callum. Tafita. Knocking on the door of Callum. Callum keeping the composure. Snap to Tafita on the door of Callum. Callum holds composure up. Kind of pushing there. Knocks Callum off, of course, there. Tafita finishing his run. Pushing through. Callum reinitiating. Kind of going through there. Not the way you want to see it done.
After
But
some odd mistakes, the pressure getting to him.
Yep. So let's make that official here. Let's go to our chase.
Yeah, I gotta give that one to Callum. That contact was a little too much there on Outer Zone 2.
All right, let's hear from our lead.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give that one to Callum. Sadly, Tafita just making too many mistakes in his lead, tire drops off track, and also having the contact in the chase. It just was a bit too much, so we're gonna have to give that run to Callum.
All right, Callum with the win. Callum moving forward. Both drivers in tomorrow's main event. Callum moving forward. He is in the final four, looking for his first podium. Let's have Otis Wild versus Ace. Otis Wild and Ace to the battle box and to the line when ready. Otis Wild versus Ace. We are in your fated 8, your last 8 battles of the day. Right side of the bracket. Otis Wild versus Ace. We'll have Otis Wild in the lead. Ace in the chase. You know, stand bars. Ace in the chase. Happy 4th of July weekend, everyone. Kicking you off, starting you off right is Just Drift Championship Series. Thanks for stopping by, peeking in on your phone, coming through the Twitch, just peeking real quick, seeing what's up. If you missed some action, you'll get to see it later on our YouTube and playback, of course, on the Twitch. This is your seeding for tomorrow's main event. Just Drift Championship Series Round 2. ATL, Sir Atlanta layout, seeding. Here we go. Otis Wild in the lead. Ace waiting patiently as both drivers roll up to the start line. We got an S14 versus GR86 after 9:30 versus TDS. So team applications as well. Staggered start by Ace. Driver stage. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Otis Wild, Ace, here we go. And we're gonna restart. So we do have a violation. Make sure you drive to the end of those cones. So Otis Wild, one mark against. You got a 3 strike and you're out rules. So you gotta clear those cones.
To him. Just cut the cones a little too tight there, buddy.
All right, stagger start here by the drivers. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go, Otis Wild versus Ace. Pushing that S. Martinez, Otis Wild, but Ace right there. Little contact there. Ace, Otis trying to hold on to it. Keeps going. Ace now falling into formation. They go up that hill. Drivers trying to get their composure as they cross that inner clip of the horseshoe. Now exiting, little contact there by Ace. Ace kind of pushing it there. Or is it Otis might be, a little off pace there. Oh, lost the hook, it seems a little bit. Ace kind of going off course. Hopefully everything's all right. Checking their system, make sure everything's good. Otis with a pull there. All right, driver's gonna switch positions here. We're gonna have Ace with the fresh air. Otis Wild with the opportunity to chase. Stagger start by Otis. Have you pull up just a little bit, Otis? There you go. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go, second half of the battle. Ace in the lead, Otis in the chase. Initiation, gangster entry by Ace. Cross the inner clip, Otis kind of cross. Now information, applying the pressure to Ace. Ace, nice there on the horseshoe. A little contact from Otis. Ace keeping it together. Now exiting the horseshoe. Ace trying to surge forward. Otis right there, trying to push the smoke. And up through the finish line. Drivers come up to the line here. Judges kind of review and tell the tape there. Let's go.
All right.
All right, let's hear from our Chase.
To make my full decision on that, despite just what I have, I would like to see that lead from Otis, so I can make my proper decision on this. Right now, if you need one, it's a one more time.
Oh, I can clip that for you.
I marked it in the score box right after the run.
Okay.
I just feel a little too much there. That was a lot of left foot and braking I seen.
All right, give me one moment and I'll get that over to you.
All right, so judges, looking at the tail of the tape here, want to take a closer look at some things here. The drivers really having their challenges on the uphill, going at speed and angle. So we did introduce angled zones now. So throughout the different courses, for specific zones, not necessarily all of them, will have angle checks where you have to meet a minimal amount of angle. So you got drivers worried about that. And also they're trying to carry the speed as they go uphill and decel as they go into the horseshoe. So you got like a uphill kind of slant, and then going around into a downhill portion. So the drivers manipulating those cars, also trying to keep their pace there. So a lot of interesting different drifting techniques and things being used. Some of them might be a risk. So we'll see here as judges take a look at what happened here.
Just going over everything, just trying to get this all set up. I'm kind of doing this from console, so it takes me a few seconds to, get everything transferred over. But we'll have the decision here shortly and get these drivers moving along so we can keep this show on the road.
I just want to apologize, but I cannot make a full decision until I see that lead because there was just a little too weird there.
It's better for us to have a proper, clear-cut judge decision rather than to rush and make an abrupt call if you don't feel comfortable with it.
So if you're just joining us out there, this is Just Drift Series Round 2, seeding the Atlanta course. Happy 4th of July out there. And we are in our Fated 8. So it's the last of our Fated 8 battles. Oh, this is the second to last of our Fated 8 battles as we see who will be moving forward. Both of these drivers are going to be in tomorrow's main event, but they're fighting for that seed position. The seed position is important as they go into tomorrow's battle. Determining where they finish, that seeding number is going to come into play. So outside of podium, the seeding number is going to be very important. That determines their placement for where they finish. So very important here as judges look at the tail of the tape. Lead, did you actually have a decision already?
For me, it's a tight one. It looked like Otis came in really hot, but his decel wasn't anything drastic from my end. It looked like Ace came in a little hot in the chase as well and just kind of overshot his initiation point. But it gets tricky because then it comes down to, was Ace coming in too hot or was Otis going to miss the inner clip? I was going to lead giving this one probably to Otis, but in that same vein, Otis also had some, if we remove the contact from the initiation, Otis also went under angle several times in the lead, going up the hill and coming out of the keyhole in the horseshoe. So it's kind of a tough decision for me. Honestly, I would say run it one more time just based on the mistakes of both. But if I have to give a solid, definitive answer in a call, I would personally lead to Otis simply due to the fact that on my screen, it looked like Ace just came in too hot in the chase position.
Okay, so all I need is so now we just need a definitive answer. Is that one more time or Otis?
I'm going to give my vote to Otis on this one.
Okay.
Because to me, I think he was initiating at the proper spot. And I think Ace just came in a little bit too hot and just bumped him wide past the inner clip. That's my vote. Obviously, we still have another judge, and other judges can vote on what they saw.
So let's hear from Chase. You ready?
After reviewing the lead, and just only the lead because I have both of those. I think I'm gonna just stick with my one more time.
Okay. All right. So we got one for. Go ahead.
Just you can explain your reasoning. You can explain your reasoning.
Yeah, I just that corner, and I know you gotta slow down a little bit, but usually when you light off, your car grips and shoots forward, and I didn't really see when he lit off, he just spun. So to me, that's more of like a decel still, because you're just spinning, not going anywhere, and this car is flying up to you. I feel like it could be cleaner from both overall. Yeah. The lead from Otis and everything. So I feel like one more time should be the my decision here.
All right, so we got one for Otis, one for one more time. I would also like to see drivers clean it up. There's too many mistakes on both ends. It was like really sloppy. So we're here in a faded 8. I want to see drivers step it up. I'm gonna go one more time battle.
Okay.
So we're drivers re-rack. Drivers re-rack. We got Otis versus Ace. Otis Wild versus Ace. One more time battle. We do only one more time in Just Drift Series. So a winner will be declared after they finish their lead and chase battles here. Drivers restage. Let's have you straighten up a little bit there, Otis. Slightly canted. There you go, sir. All right. Driver stage. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go. Otis Wild, Ace. One more time battle. Otis Wild coming down in the S4 Team Gangster entry. There we go. Going into the first club. Ace being patient. Now on the attack as they go up the hill. Both cars surging forward. Otis having some trouble there, but getting through that zone. Ace with the pace. Being patient now on the attack. Surging forward across that last inner clip. And the finish line door to door is both drivers full pull, one in the books. Have our drivers switch positions here. I'm gonna add Ace with the opportunity to get that fresh air. Otis with the chance to apply the pressure. Drivers are staged. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. There we go. Ace and Otis slapping through the gears down the straight. Quick initiation. Trying to put on the angles. Ace. Otis cut in there. Now information trying to sweat Ace as they go up. That's outer zone. Now into the horseshoe. Put on the angle is Ace. Otis right there. Tip to tail initiate transition as they exit the horseshoe. Cross that last inner clip on the door. As they cross the finish line, Otis hanging it all out there. They know that there has to be a winner decided after that battle. Being called into one more time, being asked to clean it up and give more. Otis. More. Ace being clean. Otis applying the pressure.
I might have to need a minute here.
I see something, but I don't know if it's what you see, possibly.
All right, so we got the judges looking over the tail of the
Do
tape
you want to
here.
type
One more
it in
title
the
between these
chat?
two.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, I'll type it in.
Let me know in the comments, Drift fam, who you think won this battle between these two. Otis Wild and the TDS S14, or is it Ace in the After 930 GR86? If you're just joining us, Just Drift Championship Series Round 2 seeding Atlanta course. This is the second to last battle of your Grade 8, your Faded 8 as we call them. One more time battle between these two. Judges looking over the tail of the tape. Coming up next is going to be Orlando. So we head to our Orlando course next. July 18th, that weekend. To go into our round 3 for the season. A lot more to go. And you'll have some returning drivers who were unavailable this weekend due to holiday. So mixing it up here, mixing up the bag. Very scrappy start of the season. Could be anybody's call. Will our defending champion, JC, be able to be the first driver to have back-to-back championships? Or Will there be an upset? Currently, he is not the points leader. That is held by Team Nexus Slide. So we'll see what happens here. Will the defending champions, Team EJK, win another team championship? We also have Slide looking to get his first championship as well. So a lot in contention there. Long Beach was very interesting. Let's go to our judges here and see if we have a verdict. Chase, do you have a verdict?
Yes. From my end, it looks like both of us are experiencing a little bit of difference in video. On my end, going up the hill, Ace held his angle in the chase. Otis kept the proximity, but with a little bit of shallow angle. There's about a 20-degree difference. Going into it, though, Ace did corner straighten to zone 1, and Otis kind of held it, but Ace also matched it, if not bettered it. After watching all of this, I'd probably edge out Ace by a little bit, just because of the shallow angle.
All right, let's hear from our lead.
It's actually on my end. It would actually be I was gonna give my vote to Otis. Reason being is that on Otis's lead, he actually dipped below angle going up the hill, but his angle drop was very minimum, and it went down to 30 degrees for a moment, and then he added more angle on as he got towards the middle of the zone. Whereas when the roles were flipped and he was in the chase position, he matched Ace's angle going up the hill, but even side by side and matching angle, it looked like they were both still running at about 28 degrees of angle going up the hill. So in my eyes, I viewed it as Ace held shallower angle for longer than Otis did. So I was going to give the win to Ace based on the mistakes of the leads. Chase to chase, they were both comparable. So yeah, my vote would be slightly to Otis in a very tight decision.
All right. And so from the drone here, just looking from the eye in the sky here, very close battle. It did look like in the chase, Otis was giving a lot of pressure there in the chase, but maybe not giving too kind of like maybe misjudging the transition a little bit, and where maybe getting just a little too greedy, as we like to call it. And when it came time for him to back off for the transition, it looked like he kind of got caught out there and ended up having to kind of straighten, a little bit. He did that like twice, and then reapplying the pressure. So from the drone, it looked like it was, straightened for a certain amount of time due to his proximity, but kind of maybe missing the transition there. So that was the only thing, despite what you two gentlemen said. And so I have Ace with the win here. So my vote goes to Ace. So yeah,
Okay, so
Ace with the win.
2-1.
Ace with the win. Ace moving forward here. Both drivers in tomorrow's competition. Ace moving forward to see who they will face for the final four standing. Next up, this one is going to be another one for the. We got Sia Slides versus Jay-Z. Sia Slides, that made me smile. That one made me smile. Jay-Z versus Sia Slides. To the barrel box and to the line when ready. We'll have Sia Slides in the lead with Jay-Z in the chase. This
Has been the best these two have done.
This one is going to be good. So, points on the board, implications here for both drivers. We're looking to get out of seeding, get into that top 16 bracket, and here we go. They're going to have the opportunity to try to get those points. Drivers are on the line. We're going to keep the action moving. This is your last battle of the Fated 8. Staggered start by Jay-Z. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Sia Slides in the lead. Jay-Z in the chase. S15 versus E46. Here we go. Slides lightning fast here. And the initiation, but here comes Jay-Z. now on the door of Slide. Slides up that hill, find the angle, massaging across that zone. Jay-Z mimicking as they go across that inner clip. See a Slides transition out of the keyhole. Jay-Z right there, tip the tail again, mimicking as they go across the finish line. Whoa,
What a
mama, hold my beer. Where's the firecrackers? Where's the fire? Light it on fire. Let's go. We'll put it on fire. I don't know if that's the purpose of 4th of July, but holy crap.
Both of these drivers having a breakout event and showing why they are where they are in this event right now.
So looks like Slide is having a little issue.
Oh no, that's the second person.
So do you want to call your 5 minute? Okay. Okay, so CS Slide calling this 5 minute. You might have to, you're gonna have to, might have to kick him from there.
I'll move him.
Okay. So he called this 5 minute. This is the last battle of the 8. We are going to have to go to a little quick commercial here. And we will be right back. This is Just Drift Championship Series round 2, Atlanta seeding.
Let 'em wait, back against me, I don't break though. Pressure build, let the weight grow. They throw dirt, let the hate show. Still I rise, that's how the game go. Talk slick, but they don't know what it costs just to stay whole. Every scar, turn the bang roll back against me. I've been underestimated, calculated, it's basic till I elevated statements and decimated the fakeness. You debating my placement, I was training in basements. While you chasing validation, I was breaking the matrix. Look, pain in the ribs, weight on the chest, out of my ears, stay on my neck. They want the fall, wait on the step, I want it all, aim at the best. Sharper the syllable, cynical, minimal, turning the ridicule into residual income from venom. I'm penning it pivotal, living in intervals, never subliminal. I don't pretend to be friendly with enemies, energy heavily set on the penalty level of mentally, never accidentally. Every line deadly, that's just the tendency. Every line deadly. Back against me, I don't break though. Pressure build, let the weight grow. They throw dirt, let the hate show. Still I rise, that's how the game go. Talk slick, but they don't know what it costs just to stay old. Every scar, turn the bang roll back against me. Yeah, I remember nights with the ceiling staring, mind racing, heart pacing, feeling daring. No safety net, just willing air. Now they all act like they've been there. Funny how it works when the ground convert from a dream deferred to a hell and burst. Now I'm running it back with a vengeance, attacking the track with intention. You lacking the passion, I'm lapping you, rapping in fractions of seconds, stacking the tension, snapping the pen and collapsing the mentions. Having you guessing I mastered aggression. Built from the fire and wide for riot, cry but violent when I get the right and lighting the match to the doubt they ignited. I turn the ashes to cash when I'm rising. They said I'd fall, they said I'd fade, but pressure made the blade. Every cut, every scar made me who we are. Back against me, I don't break though. Pressure build, let the weight grow. They throw dirt, let the hate show. Still I rise, that's how the game go. Talk slick, but they don't know what it costs just to stay whole. Every scar, turn the bang roll back against me. Yeah, I won't fold. Back against me, I won't fold.
Yeah. JD Pro Drift Championship Sunday. Top 32. Only the killers left now. Top 32. Sunday we alive. One bad run and your dreams don't survive. Smoke so thick, can't see who arrived. But when the flags drop, only legends drive. Bracket said everybody talking crazy. One more mistake and your season get hazy. All year grind out of pressure outside. Championship Sunday, only real ones survive. Sun came up and the piss already packed. Crew chief yelling while we loading maps. Tie stack high, tools on the floor. Everybody locked in for a full day war. Drivers pacing with their headphones on, thinking about the runs they waited on. All season long we've been chasing points. Now one battle can destroy your joints. Top 32 and the field looks stacked. Former champs and rookies all attack. Door to door and the walls feel closer. Every lap got the tension colder. Judges watching every line.
All right, and we're back. And look at that in dramatic fashion. CS Slides trying to scrub, checking his card real quick, looking for a signal. He had a full loss of power, had to call his 5-minute, and with just seconds to spare, was able to pull up to the line. It's the last of our Grade 8 battles, the fate of the 8, as we get ready to go into the second half here of this battle. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go, second half battle. Jay-Z versus Slides. Jay-Z with a good entry, good angle. See there on the attack, tip the tail. Attacking on the door of Jay-Z. Jay-Z going into the horseshoe now. The 6 across the zone. See a Slide staying focused now. Leaving the horseshoe. Trying to put down the smoke screen is Jay-Z. See a Slides right there on the transition across the last clip. Darn in the finish line. Woo. I have it.
You guys was holding his breath this whole run.
Oh my God. All right, we're having the judges look at the tail of the tape here. We'll see what happens as judges take a look at this.
Guess what? That was fuel.
The second half battle between these two. Let us know in the comments, Drift Fam, who you think won this battle. We got CS Slides in the S15. We got Jay-Z and the Team Kinetic E46. Let us know what you think as we go through the tail of the tape here. All right, let's hear from our Chase.
I kind of mind locked here. If I had to, just from chase to chase,
You do have to.
not looking at nothing. I know. I have to give this one to Jay-Z.
Okay. Reasoning?
Way better procs. A lot more smoother around everything. And then just held his composure.
All right, let's hear from our lead.
For me, I'm going to have, after looking at the tail of both tapes, I'm going to have to give this one to Jay-Z. It was a very tight battle, but at the end of it all, Jay-Z was just a little bit closer on his initiation past the first interclip. His transitions were a little tighter, and he just had slightly better proximity coming down the hill compared to Slides. Slides was able to stay within proximity in his chase and mimic the angle, but he did fall back in a few places where Jay-Z did not. And that was the deciding factor for my decision. So I'm going to go with my vote to Jay-Z.
All right, we got Jay-Z with the win. Jay-Z with the win. Both drivers in tomorrow's main event. Again, full loss of power, internet, everything from CS Slides, able to make it back just seconds before his time ended. Had to cost 5 minutes and put down a killer chase like that. Unfortunately, Jay-Z was just a little bit smoother. Some of that could have been, mental too, because, that was a lot of stress in like 5 minutes. But Jay-Z moving on. We're now going to move into your final four. This is your final four standing for seeding. These drivers now battling for points. We got Mig, Callum, Ace, and Jay-Z. Mig, Callum, Ace, and Jay-Z. All other drivers, please leave the lobby. First up, going to be Mig versus Callum. Mig versus Callum to the burnout box and to the line when ready. Mig versus Callum is your first battle for the final.
And all these different
position.
teams in the top four.
Here we go. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Here we go, both red banner drivers. No stranger to danger. Mig in the lead, Callum in the chase. Mig, like a lightning bolt. But here comes Callum. They go across that inner clip there. Transitioning up the hill is Mig. Callum trying to fight through the smoke there. Having to cut in a little bit. Missing that clip, trying to get into proximity. Exiting the keyhole here is Mig. Mig crossed that last inner clip through the finish line. Callum trying to push through that smoke, kind of getting smoked out there at the end. You get a little bit too further back and you cannot see. So Callum able to keep the car on course amazingly, unlike somebody last season who went on course there. Actually, it was me, but so here we go, switching positions here. You know, Callum, we'll see anything can happen here as he gets a chance to lead. Mig with the opportunity to chase. Chase driver, are you ready? He is ready. I did see him flash. Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Callum, Mig, here we go. Second half of the battle. That R35 of Callum is fast. Nice initiation there. Mig trying to stay patient, but stay in proximity. Now he closes the gap and it is on. Oh no!
Oh no!
A tire drop from Callum. Callum tries to continue here as we take a look at what happened. But we did have a tire drop there from Callum. So our cones here are transparent, but the light on top of the cone is solid. But if you look how far off course the cone is, if you're hitting that light, you're way off course. So not what you want to see. A little mistake there from Callum, uncharacteristic there. But drivers here, and let's get it official from our judges here. Let's hear from our chase.
Yeah, despite that, my vote goes to Mig.
All right, let's hear from our lead.
Yeah, that I'm gonna have to say it's gonna have to go to Mig from that mistake from Callum. He tried to return the favor on the run up by putting a gap on Mig, just as Mig did to him, but his car just didn't have the forward drive, and yeah, he caught the cone of doom.
All right, so Mig with the win. Not quite over for Callum yet, though, because now he waits to see who will battle him for third place. So,
Third place.
And not quite out of it yet. Callum waiting to see who he will battle for fourth. Mig guaranteed a podium now, waiting to see who he will battle for first place, and it will be between one of these two. We got Ace and Jay-Z up next. Ace versus Jay-Z. Ace will be in the lead with Jay-Z in the chase. Drivers getting ready. So you might be like, why are they in the burnout? What are they doing? Well, they are checking for signal, make sure the car is right. And a lot of times we're just seeing these drivers they're doing it cold. This isn't lap after lap after lap. They've been sitting, and then now they're called to drive. So they kind of got to get the jitters out because they're live. They got to check the car real quick, make sure everything feels right, and then pull to the line, ready for battle. So a lot of these drivers are capable of even more than what you're seeing, but you're seeing them potentially every run cold. So this is just them pulling up to the line, entering the lobby, let's go. So very, very strenuous here. That's why we allow the burnout box. And we have the drivers on the line. Ace in the lead, Jay-Z on the chase. This is the second battle of your top four. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. After 9:30 versus Team Kinetic. Here we go. Ace, Jay-Z, coming down the stretch. In the GR86, Ace with the initiation. Here comes Jay-Z on the attack. Nice snappy transition by Ace. Ace shooting up that upper hill, but Jay-Z not phased. Ever so smooth, mimicking as they go across that zone of the horseshoe. Now leaving the horseshoe here, door to door is Jay-Z. Jay-Z applying the pressure. This is it. Tip to tail transition.
Oh,
beautifully done by both drivers. My voice is running out.
Absolutely scraping bumper to bumper coming up the hill.
Mama. Driver's gonna switch positions here. Ace is gonna have the chance to apply that pressure.
And
He's
you know,
gonna
Ace's
have
spotter
to.
is in his ear. He was on you like white on rice. Like you're gonna
And
have to do.
drivers
You're gonna have to pull your best James Dean impression for this chase, buddy.
and drivers have switched positions. JZ getting a chance of that fresh air. Ace with a chance to apply pressure. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Second half of this top four battle. Kinetic after 9:30. JZ Ace. Here we go. Screaming down to the start. Nice initiation by JZ Ace. Being patient now on the attack. Nice transition there. Ace in the pocket, trying to apply that pressure. JZ out the zone just a little bit early, but makes it nice and smooth in the horseshoe across that inner clip. Now exiting the horseshoe. Ace in the smoke there. JZ is trying to search for it. Here comes Ace on the door as they cross the finish line. Oh, this is your top four, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know in the comments who you think won, Ace in the GR86 from after 9:30 or JZ in the Kinetic E46. Cast your votes now. Just like that 4th of July barbecue.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Smoky. Man, I got the giggles.
Locking in right now.
I got the giggles from that one. All right, the anticipation. Let's hear from our chase.
This was tough.
Oh yeah.
I've been looking at it as that run was going too, so I got ahead of the game. Overall, even I can see lead as well here. Nothing in the chase. A lead from Ace affected JZ in the chase, and nothing from the lead from JZ. Overall, it just comes down to mainly just the one zone, is outer zone 1. It looked like the lead from JZ, he left a little early. Ace was able to hold it up on the rumble strips into it and come around the proper line. And Ace in the chase from JZ, he held his proximity, similar to JZ, but that one main spot is it. So I from that thing, I have to give it this to Ace.
All right, we got one for Ace. Let's hear from our lead.
For me, it's actually really tough. But I think I do have to give this one. Oh man, it's a tough decision. I have to give this one slightly to Jay-Z, mainly due to the fact that in his lead, he did leave the zone early, but in the same time, coming out of the keyhole, Ace also fell pretty far back compared to JC in his chase, and coming across the final inner clip, Ace actually drops a tire and going nearly off track, coming across the line, and actually hitting Jay-Z across the line. So in my eyes, those two mistakes kind of outweighed the one mistake Jay-Z made in his lead of leaving the zone slightly early. If we're going lead to lead, I would say that Ace had the superior lead, but chase to chase, the mistakes from Ace in the chase, I feel kind of mitigated the one mistake from Jay-Z in his lead. So I have to give my vote to Jay-Z.
So we got one for Ace, one for Jay-Z. It all comes down to this. And from the drone, it all comes down to proximity. So as mentioned, it was seen by the drone. Coming out just a little bit early at the end of the zone was Jay-Z out of zone 1. Coming out just a little bit early. However, lead came out just slightly early. Chase followed, didn't impede the chase. Not worried about that. That wasn't my concern. I was looking at the proximity between both drivers from the eye in the sky, and from what I saw and what a battle it was, uh, I had Jay Z with just a little bit more aggression, a little bit better proximity, and the transition was just super nasty. So for the drone, we have Jay Z is our vote. So very similar for both drivers, but we got JC with the win and JC with the win. We'll have all drivers stay put. JC will move on forward to face Mig for to see who gets first place. But first, it's gonna be Callum versus Ace. Make sure that you press record because this is about to be nasty. We'll have Callum in the lead with Ace in the chase. This is for your third place finisher for seeding round 2 ATL for your 4th of July
Ace and
weekend.
Chase. The Ace and Chase.
Ace in the chase. Ace had made me have Ace in the chase. All right, Callum on the line said, let's get this party started because, you know, I got stuff to do. And then Ace staging in the staggered position. Ace is ready in the chase. Lead driver, are you ready? Lead driver is ready. Watch those lights. Callum, Ace, here we go. The first of the run for the third place. Callum, super snappy. Ace following suit as they go across that inner clip. Tip to tail transition there as they go up the hill there. Just a slight bit of contact. Callum keeping composure. Ace staying in the pocket as they go across that inner clip. Now leaving the horseshoe. Transition by Callum, trying to lay down the smoke screen. Ace right there. Another tip to tail transition as they cross the finish line. Full pull from both drivers. One and done in the books for your third place. Driver's gonna switch positions here. Ace gonna get that fresh air. Callum with the opportunity to apply that pressure. Let's see what happens. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Ace. Full pull Callum right there on the initiation from Ace. Copying is Callum. The transition, tip to tail. Across that inner clip, now going up the hill. Nice angle there by Ace. They go across that inner clip. Now going out of the horseshoe. Callum being ever so patient on the door there. Ace kind of holding it as they go across that inner clip and the finish line towards both drivers. Man, that was your third place battle. Let us know in the comments, Drift Fam, who you think won the battle between these two. Will it be Callum in the TDS R35 or Laurel? Or is it going to be the after 930 GRA6 of Ace? Doing some Ace driving there. Will it be the luck of the Irish Callum? Or will it be the Ace in the cards? Ace. GRA6, let us know in the comments who you think won this battle. Tell the tape, be reviewed by the judges. Let's go. You are Chase. Chase, what you got?
Man, these guys are not making it easy for us. Just give me another like minute or so just to make sure.
No problem. So we'll wait here. Lead, do you have a decision?
I do. It is an incredibly tight. It is an incredibly tight one and a surprising one. But I'm going to have to give this one to Ace, mainly due to the fact that in his lead, Callum did drop below minimum angle just briefly. And again, while it's not a 0, it is a deduction. And in the last, I gotta go back and rewatch. Sorry, memory is not that great, but in his lead, he went below minimum angle going up the hill. And coming out of the keyhole, he actually transitioned a bit too soon and cut really tight to the white line on the inside, leaving the keyhole, which Ace was, I guess, expecting him to stay wider like normal, and that kind of caused Ace to fall back slightly. Those were the main two mistakes that I saw in Callum's lead versus Ace's lead. So in my vote, I would have to give the win to Ace based on lead to lead.
All right, let's hear from our Chase.
So I've went frame by frame, going up the hill in the chase, and I've done this I think 4 other times on battles. Is shallow angle going up to keep the proximity when the lead is literally max angle. Again, about a 20-degree difference. Coming down out of the keyhole, down the hill. In the chase, there's another about 17 degrees of difference on transitions. Callum was a little shallow there, so another deduction on there. Kept his proximity, but it also, in the lick, if he's staying lead, also did it right there. It would also account to Ace falling back right there and having to play catch up. So my vote here would also go to Ace.
All right, and there you have it, your third place finisher.
Also on one more, I can space it because I had it up, but going up into outer zone 1 as well, I paused it like spot on. It was Callum hit his brakes midway, Ace hit it right at the cone. So
right.
There was enough, like a quarter difference there.
Your third place finisher, Ace, from After 930 GRA6. Ace is your third place finisher. Both drivers in tomorrow's main event. Ace, your third place finisher, and gaining those bonus points towards the championship. But before we get to those celebrations, we're down to business here. We got Meg, the Meg, the MIG versus JC. Meg will be in your lead, JZ in the chase. This is for your first place finisher of seeding. Meg in the lead, JZ in the chase. Meg pulling up to the line very ominously. Waiting on JZ. Look how patient he's being too. All right, let's have drivers go ahead and pull up to the line a little bit. Go ahead, Meg, let's have you pull up to the line. All right. A little bit more. The white line, please. All right. There we go. All right. Drivers are staged. Stagger start by JZ. Drivers on the line. First of your first place seating podium battle. Chase driver, are you ready? Lead driver, are you ready? Watch those lights. Team Kinetic, Team WPS. Here we go. Meg versus JC. Coming down the stretch. AMG versus BMW. Nice initiation by Meg. JC on the hot early. Nice transition there. Meg putting on the afterburners as he goes up the hill. Putting on the angle now. JC holding on. Trying to apply the pressure as they exit the horseshoe. Meg putting on the afterburners again. JC right there. Takes the risk, comes in early door to door. Across the finish line. Full pull from both drivers. Going to swap positions here. Giving the opportunity for JZ to have a fresh open air lead with Meg in the chase. Lights check. Okay. All right, here we go. Stagger start by Meg. Chase driver is ready. Lead driver is ready. Watch those lights. Here we go for first place, second half battle. Meg, JC, the feint entry. Door to door is Meg. JC pushing it. Attempt a tail transition. Meg on the hunt for JZ. JC throwing on the angle as they go into that zone of the horseshoe around the inner clip, keeping his composure. Mig being patient, now back on the attack as they go around that second to last inner clip, tip to tail transition there across the finish line.
Oh my goodness.
That was your first place battle. Let us know in the comments, Drift fam, who won the battle between these two, Jay-Z and the Team Kinetic E46, or Meg and the Team WPS AMG Mercedes. Who is going to get those big bonus points? Well, they're actually small bonus points, but who's going to get those bonus points for the podium and be our podium winner for seeding? And who is going to be the bridesmaid? Judges reviewing tell the tape here. Very close battle between the two. Tit for tat. Let's hear from our Chase.
So after that is proximity for both. I don't know about lead, shallow. It's angles. It's just harder to go up that hill. Just flawless transitions from chase to chase. And I found one spot. It was coming out of the keyhole, and Mig just executed it flawlessly. And then proceeded to just hold that proximity. So I'm gonna go with Mig on this.
One for Meg. Let's hear from our lead.
It's a tight one. Both of these guys put on an incredible show. But for me, after reviewing both runs, I am going to have to give this run to Mig. Mainly due to the fact that coming out of the keyhole, Mig's timing on his transition in the lead was pretty spot on. And there was just enough of a gap formed in his lead coming out of the keyhole versus Jay's when he was chasing, where Jay's fell back there, and when Mig was chasing and he came out the keyhole, he just stayed within proximity on his door the entire run. Nearly threw it away at the end on that last zone, but if I had to give it a call, it would go to Mig based on a smoother lead, better transitions, and more consistent proximity throughout the run and the chase.
Thank you for your explanation. Very detailed. Mig is your winner. Mig is your winner of seeding for round 2 Atlanta. We'll see all these. You'll see most of these drivers in tomorrow's main event. Second place is the Jay-Z. Third place is Ace from after 9:30. Those are your top 3 finishers, and will be receiving bonus points for tomorrow's main event. Coming up next, the main event tomorrow, same time, same place. We will be at it as the individual championship points and team points are up for grabs. Having a little bit of a head start here is Mig, JC, and Ace. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy 4th of July. Enjoy, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow. This is Just Drift Championship Series. Until then, foot down, on up. We'll see you tomorrow.
We were kings in the dead of night, burning tires on the broken lights.